Hello and warm welcome to the final episode this year of Bosch Professional Live UK. I'm Chris.
And I'm Danny. And Chris, who have we got joining us on the Q&A today?
That's right. Well, unfortunately, Jake couldn't be with us physically, but he may be here spiritually. Instead, however, as this is a Christmas special, we've dug deep into the archives and we've brought out an old favourite.
The legend.
That's right. We've got Ella, hi guys, extraordinaire on Q&A. Over to you.
Hi guys, they just can't get rid of me at this point. As this is a live stream, like usual, if you have any questions, pop in the chat below and I'll throw them at Chris and Dan throughout.
Right, well, I'm sure the majority of people that have already joined the live stream are fully aware of what we're going to be talking about today. I think you should know by now because this is probably our third or maybe even fourth special end of year live stream.
It is,
What are we doing?
Well, this year, this live stream, we're going to be looking back at all of the tools or some selected picks of the tools from 2025. Sorry, looking forward there. There's been a remarkable amount of them, hasn't there?
There have been a lot, but if you've all been good boys and girls out in the chat, maybe if we have enough time in this live stream, we might sneak peek a few products that we know you definitely haven't seen, that you definitely might be interested in coming next year. So it's only a few weeks maybe for some of them, so again, look forward to that. So that'll be worth staying to the end of this live stream just to see. Probably might be a world's premiere of some of these tools.
We snuck in a few at the last launch live stream. However, these are completely different batch of tools.
Yes.
So yeah, something to look forward to.
Okay, so before we get started, obviously Ella, we want to see, have we got any of our regulars, our super fans in the chat?
Yeah, we sure do. So we've got a lot of people in the chat tonight and it's great to see you all, especially PF, Marcus, Bernie. I also asked in the chat what people think your favourite tools have been this year, and we've had a few responses. Dan, people know you like your ratchets.
They do, yes, yeah. I've kept it a secret that I used to come from the automotive industry, so yeah, something like that, of course, is going to float my boat.
Yeah.
But let's see whether or not anyone gets my choice, because I like to destroy, not build.
Yes.
However,
well known.
that's right. But I do really like smart things, and I like Bosch innovation. So it's going to be very difficult, I reckon, for you guys to pick my favourite product of the year. Hint: it might have been similar to last year's, but maybe I haven't fully decided, but we'll announce that later in the live stream. As also a reminder, we've also put a little link in the chat, I believe, or at the top of the feed. If you want to go there and select whatever you think, or whatever you thought was our best tool of the year as well, feel free to pop that in there. We're collecting a little poll. And feel free as well in the chat just to let everyone know what you think was the best tool that Bosch Professional launched over 2025. However, we will have a look at that poll, that link and that poll towards the end, and maybe we'll announce and see what the audience favourite is.
Yes.
Because sometimes who cares what Chris and Dan thinks is the best tool of the year, even though we should know. But we're nice and equal opportunities here, so we'd like and interested to see what you guys think was best.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I found it quite difficult this year because there were a lot of runner-up that were very close to being the best. So interesting.
Right, so I think what we're going to do is, I think what I want to do really is just to show an image of all the products that we brought out over the entirety of 2025. So let's quickly bring that up so I can just bask in its glory. And now I remember, Danny, we had a lot of people saying, Bosch don't bring out many tools. Well, I think the fact that our brains are absolutely rammed full of all this product knowledge and all these different products that came out across all the different power tool, the professional power tool brands, there's a lot of tools there and there's a lot of really great tools. There's a lot of tools on that image alone that are entirely new categories.
I found it quite interesting that we've got a media campaign now saying that we've got over 350 plus tools. As soon as that was released, it's out of date.
That's right.
Immediately out of date. I know it says 350 plus, but yeah, it's if we're releasing that amount each year, it's that number's going to get huge.
Yeah, and hopefully amongst all those products you just saw, there are a number that you were really looking forward to, and obviously we've made your day, so to speak, with actually what we brought to market. There's a lot of products that were entirely new products that we never had before. We're going to have a look at a few of those, but obviously we can't go through all of them today. It's just simply too many. I mean, I'm looking at that slide now and thinking, God, there's well over probably nearly 100 brand new products on that side alone.
Yeah, I'm liking some of the larger products that they've got on there as well. Some that we've been asked for a very long time, and now we have them.
That's right, yeah. I mean, from something like a concrete saw to things like just electrician's tools, but I know people wanted the the threaded rod cutter.
Yep, the right angle drills as well.
Yeah, and obviously the grease gun. So there's loads of products that we could have talked about today, but actually we did a really good job in the dedicated live streams when those launched. If you really want to have a look at some of those products, feel free to pop back to any of the older live streams and have a look at those in a bit more detail.
I hate to think how many hours that we've done on live streams now. What are we up to now? About 65 live streams?
Well, we're looking at days of content.
Days of
Literally
content,
hours and hours and days of live stream content that you guys, thank you very much for watching all and obviously giving really great feedback to us. And hopefully over this year, and since we started, we've improved a little bit. We've even brought in a bit more hands-on demos, which I think you've all been asking us to do. And trust us, when we move to our new, far bigger studio, we're going to have a lot more of that.
I quite like the fact that our own staff members actually use us as a reference point actually to answer your questions when you phone up from other departments. So,
Other countries.
Other countries as well, yes. So
if you've got any Australians, North Americans, Trinidad and Tobagoans, feel free to pop your comments in the chat. Tell us where you're joining us today from.
Yes, great to know.
All right, okay, so let's get started because obviously it's going to be quite a busy live stream. I heard already, Ella, that there's some people already in the chat that have skipped dinner, or they've got out their leftover spaghetti bolognese, I think, because they didn't want to miss the live stream. So to you specifically, thank you very much for missing your dinner. You can join us. We're missing our dinner too. We're probably going to be here for, hey, I don't know. Let's see how we go. 2-3 hours.
Yes,
it's a big one.
So, it's going to be a big one.
What we're going to do is we're going to start off at the beginning of 2025, and I've got a nice little image. Ollie, if you just want to bring it up, these were the products that we brought out in what we say our T1, January 2025.
T meaning third.
Yes.
We do love a acronym. That's the word.
Yeah, we
love an acronym.
You can tell by our names.
Yep.
But you can see here there's a number of really great products, some new categories, some things that we really needed to bring to the market that I know people in the chat, especially you, Marcus Horn, you're particularly a big fan of our GRW mixers. I believe you've got both models now, so thank you very much.
Wow.
We also have an introduction to our industrial tools. So this was a new category for us. Now, we're not going to go into much detail today about those tools. We had a special live stream where we went into those. Feel free to check that out if you are into production and assembly. But you can see there's a wide range of really interesting tools, including a new GDX with a maximum torque of 285 Newton meters of torque.
Yeah.
We thought we couldn't go over 210 at the time.
No, not on the tool holder, but turns out we can.
Right. So, Ollie, thank you very much. Right, so let's have a look at some of the first products. This one might not seem that interesting, but it is a product that I wanted to bring back because actually I'm going to do my first teaser of the live stream in regards to some things that are coming out next year. So let me go grab it from a box behind me.
I say what Chris doesn't know is I've moved it beforehand. No. But he's found it already.
I found it already. So when we actually came to market with our concrete nailers, actually it was a GNB 18V-38. However, at the beginning of 2025, we brought out a slightly modified version, this one here, which is the GNB 18V-40. And what we did differently with this model is we came out with two different nose pieces. Have you got the other one in the box for me there, Dan? Without the main to start with, thanks. Okay. So it was the standard nose, which Dan is just going to bring to screen in a minute, and this one here, the E-nose.
There you go. So that's the standard nose. That fits in. Ooh, can't really see that there. Hold it down towards the table. You might have a better look. Actually,
I'll use
the special camera.
Yes, I will.
It was such a hit last time.
Here we go. Let's go to look. So we had this nose here, right, and this was the standard nose that was designed for our concrete nails. Okay, Dan's just going to pass me the E-nose. So you can see here there is a difference between the two noses. Now I don't actually have a plastic element to show you, but this was designed to specifically use our electrical fixings. Cable fixings, hooks, hangers, and all those kinds of things running on this, which meant you could slide it on.
Yep, they push fitted onto the actual hooks and the cable clamps, and you could just fire it directly into the wall, and away you go. Everything's nice and secured.
That's right. So, but there was an additional accessory.
This
little magnet
you will find was in the box, which is a small black cut ring. There you go.
Bring it over to the close-up camera. So hopefully if you did buy the GNB40, then you hope you didn't throw away this little thing in your little accessory set, because this was designed to fit onto the standard nose. And maybe many people said, why? What's the point of that? If you're using this concrete nailer in commercial builds, for example, especially in the UK, where we obviously have very strict regulations, then you would need to be using metal electrical fixing elements. And obviously throughout the entirety of 2025, we had people saying, I really like the concrete nailer, I like the fixings, but they don't meet the commercial regs for us.
Fire regulations.
Fire regulations,
largely, yes.
because obviously plastic is not useful in a fire. Last thing you want to do is
So
have your electrical conduits falling down on people
Yeah.
in the middle of
For
a
a short
fire.
period of time, yeah, but not for very long.
That's right, yes. So as a sneak peek, I'm just going to put my hand in a bucket.
Yep.
And I'm just going to very, very briefly present some of these things here. So what we've got is a whole range of these new metal fixings. Maybe we'll go into a little bit more detail later, but as you can see, the whole purpose is, and why we brought out this machine with the standard nose and magnet, is now in preparation for the fitting of these new electrical metal elements that will be coming out very early in 2026.
Yeah.
So if you were already in the market for a concrete nailer, and obviously this came at the beginning of the year, but it didn't meet your needs as an electrician, you'll see that you'll have the electrical metal fixing elements coming out very soon. So the whole package will be complete.
And if you think the plastic range was vast when it came to these metal elements, you haven't seen anything yet when it comes to these, the metal ones rather than the plastic ones.
Yeah.
I struggled to find any application that I couldn't do with anything from the range. It was such a vast range of items. And of course, the addition with you get an extra 2 millimeters of nail length on this machine as well when you're using the E head, so you can take advantage of the 40 mil nails.
That's right,
as well,
yes.
extra holding power.
Okay, so I mean, I'm going to ask a question to the chat. The question would be, if you are already interested in the GNB 18V-38 or the 40, the question would be, would you want an extended magazine? Now, this is something I've been asked by our accessories team, because there is one available. Off the top of my head, I forget the capacity of these, but I'll check for later. But there is a longer one.
There is, yes. I've seen it. It does exist in Europe, but this is a question as to whether it's something that we could bring to the UK if there's a market for
That's
it.
right. So the standard magazine can hold 22 nails. The question is that enough? Would the inconvenience of having to reload every 20 so be a problem? And would you want an extended magazine? So I'm happy to feed back any information back to the product manager if that is something that we have an interest in, especially in the chat, or feel free if you're watching this after the live stream to put that in the comments, and I'll pass that directly to the portfolio manager, and maybe if we get a good feedback, we'll bring in the extended magazines for that.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so again, this is not going to be a deep dive into these products. We just want to, again, remind all you guys the kind of real great products that came out last year. Or this year, sorry.
Yes.
Okay, so next one, Dan. I know this is a favourite from you and I.
Oh, you hit it down there. Okay. Right, so I have the GKS 18V
51.
44 and 51, but we don't have the 44 in the UK. So this is the 51. 51 millimeter depth of cut circular saw. Takes on the style of a rear handle saw as well. So you've got the handle set right back here, the weight underneath your wrist. It's not guide rail. It's fairly basic in its operation, but it's so comfortable to use. The motor, really smooth. Yeah, no bells, no whistles, but performs perfectly.
I mean, as you said, it's got a 140 millimeter blade, and that gives you that maximum depth of cut, 51. That's all. That's most of the case more than you need, and it saves you having to go for a really big machining.
Yeah, stripping down plywood, even cutting down. I took one home, used it for cutting down fence panels.
Yeah,
was absolutely perfect for that. But you can use it at length as well.
Right.
So you've got far more control with the handle in the setup like this.
So the reason why I was very excited when this product came out, is one of the reasons why I wanted to feature it as one of my favourite ones this year, is I know that there's always a really strong fan base for the 12 volt GKS.
Yes.
And because of the GKS, that one is fine for cutting like single sheet ply.
Yep.
And it's more about the fact it's small.
That's only a depth of 27 millimeters as well. So stepping up to 51, it bridges that gap between the larger circular saws as well, like the 57s.
Yeah, without having, and that's the point, without having to go to what we would guess we could call a full-size circular saw. It's a nice intermediate, and you don't want to go down. So, for example, you don't already have a 12-volt system. You don't want to save your 18-volt, but you don't want to have a big circular saw. I think this is a really great machine. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to include it. And it's also a product that we actually didn't present during a live stream. We actually presented it after it launched.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do a little shout out to the GKS 18V-51.
Yeah, the beauty of this I find is, although it's not guide rail compatible, it does have folded up lips on either side of the actual base, so you can simply clamp down a piece of inch by half inch timber or battening, and then run a straight line across that, no problem at all. Yeah, great big hit, and obviously you can get the parallel guide to go with it as well.
Yeah, great little saw. So again, let us know in the chat whether or not that's something you're interested in, or whether or not that's something you bought or maybe you didn't even know that we had it, and you're really interested in buying it. Okay, moving on to another product. This one was a firm favourite for me personally.
Oh, yes.
Because it was a machine we didn't have a version of, not even in a mains version.
We've had a lot of fun with this particular machine outside in our drilling area, which is more of a cutting area
That's right,
now.
yes. So I'm, as you know already, I'm a destroyer, not a builder.
Yep.
Killer, not a lover? I don't know. So this is a machine that I have a fond likeness for. We have our GCS 18V-230.
Now on this at the moment you have the diamond disc on there. However, you can use this for the bonded abrasive disc as well if you're cutting metal.
Yeah.
Believe me, if you want something that makes sparks, this is a tool for you.
Absolutely. Now, personally, I think you could probably go for a dedicated small angle grinder, or maybe something like the GWS 18V-180,
Yep.
because you find that's pretty fast when cutting metal. But if you're wanting something that can do more than that and do paving slabs, this is the machine that I'd recommend, full stop.
We even do the diamond multi-wheel in this side as well, so you can actually use that for cutting metal as well if you don't want to go for the bonded abrasives, whether you need training or anything for that.
Yeah.
So the options are limitless with this thing. Great bit of kit though.
Absolutely. With a single 18-volt battery, okay? Because obviously some people are saying, oh, is it going to be a bit weak with one battery? And I'll be honest with you, I was a bit dubious as well, because these kinds of machines typically are quite power hungry.
They did actually sell us, it was a medium duty concrete cutter when we actually saw it over in Germany. However,
I think it's...
super surprised about what it can cut.
That's right.
Amazing.
As an example, I was trying to do some demonstrations. I had the incorrect blade. I had a diamond metal wheel on it, so not a machine blade that's really designed for cutting concrete. And I thought, do you know what, I'm here, might as well try it. I was genuinely surprised with the performance, even with a blade that was inappropriate for cutting slots into concrete.
It was our big piece of reinforced concrete that we've got out the back. And cut through it, I was watching, because you had the beauty of having the metal blade is you can run with the water feed, the dual water feed as well. So you're not going to damage the bonded abrasives. Obviously you can't do that with a bonded abrasive disc. But you cut through the concrete and the rebar and cut a big chunk out, you didn't even feel it.
It was only after I did the first cut that I realised that someone had changed the blade and I was using the incorrect one. So I barely really noticed. But that's a good point Danny pointed out, that this is obviously, you can use it as a wet saw, obviously normal hose fitment on the back, and it goes up through here and into the guard. Nice quick adjustment of the guard too. Right, just everything is all tool free. And
even the blade locking on this is good as well. So you turn it around, lock it.
Right,
There you go.
Oh, I said tool free. I meant the adjustment. Obviously, the little tool on the back here, so under here, is what you use to then take and do the blade changes. So a great little concrete saw,
really is,
with water suppression as well. Ideal for those who are looking to do paving slabs, any kind of small concrete cutting work. Love it to death.
Maybe if they put two batteries in one, they could do a heavier duty one.
Maybe there is, because we already know that this is not going to be the first and last of its category. Okay, now to hopefully a user fond favourite. I think I've got them on my side, so I'll let you pop that back, and I will grab. Oh, they're over there. Okay, I'll grab the first one or two.
There you go. I'm going to put that there and then regret it later.
Okay, so one of the machines that we really needed to bring to the range, because we only had a couple corded mixers at the time.
We did, yeah. The DRW 12E, I think it was,
right,
and the 16.
All right, so the first one we introduced was this one, which is the smaller of the two, the GRW 18V-120. This is the, I can't say weaker of the two, because it's still outstanding in performance. But
I'm sure Marcus will tell you.
That's right,
Marcus is the expert on these.
But this was the one this is the one designed essentially for 120mm paddles. And we'd recommend this machine for mixing up to 20 kilos at a time, which is pretty respectable. Obviously, this is designed, well, like all mixers, this is the kind of thing you'll be using for mixing small bags of mud, if you're a plasterer, if you're mixing paint, maybe small batches of concrete, like one bag kind of thing.
Spot repair, plasterwork, something like that.
Yeah, mortar.
Or even larger batches of tile adhesive. For that
Yes, exactly, But you're using this machine primarily if you're only wanting to work with a small amount. And that's probably typical, especially if you're in repair as opposed to construction, for example. Things I really like about it is the fact that even the auxiliary side handle...
It's got a nice feel to it, hasn't it?
It's got a nice sound. I'm just going to bring that to the mic because I love it. So...
Just indexing perfectly, isn't it? It's lovely.
Feels great. Main points about it, obviously you have your variable speed trigger, and on the back here, within reach of your thumb, okay, you've got a nice little variable speed wheel. Now let me grab a battery from my little pile here. Got some charge in it, that's always good. Again, what do we do best here at Bosch? Technical juicy goodness.
Yes, it's juicy, yes.
Okay. Kickback control on both models.
Yep.
So obviously if you're mixing something particularly viscous, you're not paying attention, maybe you're one-handing it like an absolute Chad, then and it catches, then at the very worst it's going to be pretty embarrassing, or you could cause yourself an injury. With the kickback control there, you've got extra confidence that the machine will help prevent any, help reduce the chances of you causing yourself an injury or an embarrassment.
It also activates when, I know because I've done this before, if you're particularly vicious with when you're stirring a material and it grabs the bucket and tries to fling it across the room, it will stop then as well. So you'll prevent disaster to a certain degree as well. So, yeah.
So the other machine,
done that.
Yeah, I'm just going to adjust this desk for me very quickly. Right, okay, so we've got the 120, okay. Then what could you possibly need? I don't know, a bigger one.
More power.
More
That's
power.
More power.
Exactly. That's
for a larger basket as well. So this will run a 160.
All right, so name first. So this one is the GRW
18V-160. Obviously, larger basket on this. This will run a 160mm basket. I prefer this one out of the two. Obviously, I'm going to go for the one with the more power. But the ergonomics on this are really nice. Nice sort of steering wheel type setup on here. You've got the 2-speed, same as we have on the other machine. Speed control is literally just there, little wheel on the handle.
in a more convenient, actually a more comfortable place for me personally as well.
Yep, it's got a little light above it that just says kickback, obviously to indicate that it stops because of the kickback. And also, if you stand it up on the basket, like a lot of people do, and you knock it over, it will always land on a bumper in any one of the corners, so it protects the battery completely.
Yes, I mean that's another reason why both models have the battery protection bay. This was not This is not the first time you've seen it. You've seen this kind of batteries arrangement, protection cover, I guess you could say. And we obviously had that with some of our new Pro Lawn and Garden machines. I'm trying to think of what else. Some of the electrical hydraulics. Although it wouldn't have been empty here. It's solid here. And people have asked, why is this empty?
We get a lot of questions about, is this a sort of a gimmicky style thing? Is it? No, genuinely, they are built tough to protect the battery and the battery mounts. As batteries get more powerful, they're going to get a little bit bigger and a little bit heavier. That's physics. You can't dodge that. But we can put mitigating protection in there to protect it, basically.
So some people ask why we got the cutouts on these particular models, and I think the main reason why, or the reason why we tell people, is it just helps a little bit with the air ventilation. Because remember, on all our batteries, including the new Expert batteries, we've still got the cool pack. In the case of the generation, is this 2 or 3 now? I guess it could be 3 technically.
Yeah, generation 3. Yeah,
so
although
maybe.
we're not officially calling it that.
Yeah, but obviously you've got the red cooling fans, the HDPE material, and obviously that helps if you're getting air around that. It's helping pull heat.
Oh, you give me a baby one.
Just in case it was too heavy for
Thank you. No, I can manage the heavy ones.
Yeah, and obviously these little cutouts allow for more airflow while you're doing, maybe if you've got a lot of material. Because the big difference between these two models, this is designed for around 20 kilos, and obviously the big bad boy, that's 50, isn't it?
Exactly. And of course, it's still got that kickback, so there you go, in the rotation direction only. And then you've got the light flashing on the front. There, if you can see it.
Apologies if you've already mentioned it, but we explained that it's got 2 gears, which is differentiates these two models.
2 gears on the 2, yep. So, it's obviously first gear slower, higher torque. So if you want more of a viscous substance, let you get that out. More of a viscous substance, you'll use the lower gear. Obviously, it'll take a little bit longer to mix it up. But if you have a thinner substance, then you use second gear, obviously. Get the job done a little bit quicker.
That's right, yes. So if you got any trade that uses any kind of liquids, fluids, any kind of material that needs mixing, which I'd imagine out there is going to be a lot of trades. Hey, if you are still using a drill to mix, you might want to really consider at least having a try of one of these things.
If you're thinking about anything with light aggregates in it, like grit or shingle or anything like that, then I'd go for the 160, because obviously that's going to build up the resistance. Having a more powerful machine is an advantage.
Absolutely. Okay, so before we finish the beginning of the year, we want to do some honourable mentions, and then we'll go to Ella and see if we've got any questions already. One of the things that we thought about bringing out or talking about today was going to be some of our electrical hydraulics, which came out at the beginning of the year as well.
It did, yeah.
So we have something like the GLH 18V-60, which was like a punch out tool.
Yep, 6 ton of pressure that is, from a hydraulic cylinder, designed to enlarge holes in electronic cabinets and fuse boards and that sort of thing, so you can run heavy cables through those as well.
That's right, yeah. That machine was one of 3 electrical hydraulics, pretty heavy duty machinery, quite expensive,
Yes.
but very specialised. That came out in conjunction with the GPH 18V-60, which was basically a heavy duty cable crimper.
Yep, another 6 ton worth of pressure. This is designed to compress copper or aluminium eyelets or fittings to large copper cable.
That's right.
Usually used for large power supplies into even factories or homes to a certain degree as well, depending on the power requirements for the home.
That's right. And the third and final tool, and again, if you want to have a look at some of these, feel free to go to that live stream, which was the one at the beginning of the year. I think that might be the one I did a solo, I believe. And so the last machine we had was the GKH 18V-50, and essentially that was a cable cutter.
Yes.
50 kilonewtons, or 55
50
tons,
ton, yep.
and 40 millimeter max depth. Or max diameter cut with those blades on the top.
It's important to note when you see this, you think, oh, that looks like a small version of the old hydraulic drawers for life. The fire brigades would use to cut you out of your vehicle should you have had an accident. However, this is designed to cut aluminium and copper only.
Yes, yes.
No materials other than those
Not
two.
automotive bolts, not armoured cables, guys.
No
not armoured
chassis
cables.
legs
Yes.
or anything like that. We've
That's
seen
right.
it all and seen the devastation that it's done to the tool.
And no wood, Daniel.
No wood, yes.
Although
Or safety glasses.
It will
cut your
totally.
safety
And don't
glasses
worry,
in
it'll
half.
totally do it. But
Yeah.
we don't recommend it, of
Yeah.
course, because it's an abuse. We don't abuse our tools here at Bosch Denim. Okay, so Ella, I think we've done a nice little intro. I've done the first tools that came out in January 2025.
Yeah.
What have we got? Have we got anyone asking questions, comments? What have we got?
Yeah, we've got lots of questions and comments in the chat. But first of all, I just want to say we've got people in the chat from all around the world. So we've got people from Sweden, Lithuania, Malaysia, North America, Transylvania, South Africa and Spain are just a few that I caught in the chat.
Oh, we should do another poll. Forget about what's our favourite tool of the year. We should just try next time. We should find out where people are joining the live stream from. This is great. So we've expanded the super fans.
Yes.
Nice, nice. Okay, Ella, any more?
Yes, so in regards to the GMB 38 nailer, someone said, I want a sturdier magazine. The plastic one is brittle and prone to break.
Okay.
The reason for that largely is weight. Obviously, we want to keep the weight of the machine down, so we made it out of a lighter material.
It is still made out of glass reinforced plastics.
It is a tough
But if
material.
you drop, I guess if you drop the machine, if you accidentally drop the machine
Yeah.
on the, but at least it is a spare part that can be easily replaced.
Yeah.
Even if you do break it.
The only other thing I'd quite like changed on that is the foot's a little bit too short.
Sure.
So when you rest it and press the nose down, it doesn't quite shoot straight. However, if you're shooting at slightly a bit of an angle, you've got more holding material. The nail will hold better into the material you're shooting into.
Well, I think here at Bosch, we don't want you to be lazy, so we want you to make sure you pick up the machine instead of using
That's
the
it.
foot.
Yeah.
But it's a valid point about the magazine. Let me feed that back to the product manager, see whether or not there is any other additional feedback globally.
Yeah.
And maybe what we'll do is, if it is something that is becoming an issue, again, we could address that.
Yeah.
Cool.
But again, it's going to be a toss-up between the weight, I think. But
Sure. Hey, if they want a heavy-duty one, they've got the guns for it.
They could save the weight by running it on a smaller Expert 4 amp hour battery, because you still get the same output as you would from a heavier double layer, and then maybe the.
Well, I was going to argue these are not high draw machines. You don't need to be running heavy batteries regardless, do you? Despite the fact
Not really.
I think we called it a bi-turbo machine back then.
It does have it on there.
It
but-
doesn't technically need a Pro-Core battery, I don't believe. Anyway, we like to confuse you guys out there, don't we? Ella, any more questions, please?
Yeah, so the next question is, any plans for a bigger GCS, something with a 300 blade?
I think we hinted about that already.
Yeah.
So as we said, we knew, and you said you made the comment about it not being a heavy-duty machine for the product manager.
Yes, no, light duty. Not light duty. It was medium duty.
Yes, right.
So obviously that would indicate to me, reading between the lines, that there'd be potential for something else to happen.
Let me do a little bit of internal. Let me explain a little internal secret to you. So obviously, when Danny and I find out about these products, we get a little training package. If we're not going to try and learn it ourselves, which typically we do, but I like my instruction manuals. I nerd out my PowerPoint presentations. I do like it, so I appreciate the product managers giving all this great information. They made a little chart which showed where it sat in a table on its own. And the
Great,
fact that
yeah.
it's sat on a table on its own with price and performance values, that means I know that there's going to be more products put into that chart.
Was it over the left side or was it over the right side?
Slightly on the left middle side.
there you
so
go.
that means
Fine.
I know there's going to be something to the right which is going to be more powerful. And that's my little cheeky suggestion to you. I'm not saying there is one, but I think they slipped up a little bit by giving me that little bit of info.
Yeah.
So, yes, I reckon we're going to get bigger machines that may be 2 times 18 volt. And that's just my speculation, so I'm not going to get in trouble because actually we don't know for sure.
Well, that's how we're getting some of the extreme performance out of our machines now, is going dual battery. So some of those really high draw machines or longer running machines or more intensive running machines are going to have versions with 2 batteries.
They'll want a 12-inch, won't they?
No, of course so, yeah.
So
it's
I
at
think-
least 305 mil.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. So I reckon
305
you're going to get
12
one. You're just going to have to wait a little longer. Maybe that machine might be part of this upcoming EXBA range, but we don't know.
Yeah.
So that was all fun.
No.
Ella, any more questions?
Yeah, we had a comment. Someone said, I only use Bosch professional power tools and
Good
I'm
man.
hoping the expert range will be an industrial grade quality. Our machines run on average 7 hours a day on all materials.
Well, I wouldn't call it industrial.
No,
we
not
have
industrial,
separate
no.
tools for the industrial.
Yeah.
If you are doing assembly, manufacturing, then I would first start off looking at the D-class, we call them D-class IW tools.
Yeah.
If you're really serious, and I mean really serious, and you've got some proper money, this is really serious stuff, then we've got an entire range of exact tools.
The exact tools, yeah, those ones are, don't get me wrong, they are pricey,
Yeah,
but
those are
they're
industrial.
they're built for industrial use, day
Millions.
in, day out,
Millions of
millions
use.
of cycles. Absolutely amazing bit of kit.
And if you and if that's not enough, then you can step up even further and go to our Bosch Rexroth tools. If
Yeah.
you've made of money,
Yes.
but then that's, you know,
Oh, but there's one tool that does pretty much everything.
that's right,
yeah.
yes. But
It's,
we're talking
it's-
about big brand automotive and big industrial customers.
Yeah.
So if you're one of those guys, trust me, Bosch have got all the way up from the high-end industrial
Yeah.
to your less heavy, to your maybe more specialized into maybe if you're just making one product, for example, a small company. And then you've got all your blue tools.
Our industrial ones that we actually bought out this year, I've been absolutely blown away with the build quality on them as well.
That's right.
All the switches, for instance, they're not variable resistance switches, so there's no moving parts. It's all Hall sensor, so there's no moving parts in there. A million cycles for them. Absolutely amazingly built, well built,
That's right.
and good trigger feel as well, which I know if you're using a machine every single day is a really important thing.
So let's dismiss. Let's get some clarity. We will obviously be talking in depth about the expert products in the next year, very early, because obviously we are launching these products
Yeah, it's gonna be
beginning
one
in
of our first live
2026.
streams, I think. Yeah.
But to be very clear, the expert products are basically the pinnacle or the premium version, the top product of the pro product in each category.
Yeah.
So remember, the Bosch Blue products are not technically our industrial products, so the export products wouldn't technically count as an industrial equivalent.
No.
Instead, think of it as the best combi of or our best combi, or our best angle grinder.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the best way of looking at it. Can it be used for industrial use? It entirely depends on what you're looking to do.
Yeah. I mean,
But think about
some of the machines that were like our small angle grinders, they're used for foundry work, and I would say that's industrial.
Of course,
But,
yes.
So, yeah, you can do, but it's horses for courses, really.
right.
What are you going to be planning on doing with it?
That's right, yeah. So expert being the top tool in each category, that means it's going to be the most powerful. It's probably going to have the most USPs, innovations. It will have the most safety features. Might have the lowest vibration. There's a lot of things that go into it, but don't worry, we'll make sure that's all clear when we present that in the new year.
Yeah, the beauty of it is with our industrial tools, our IDSs and our IDRs, well worth looking on the website for those. They are a comparable price to the Pro range. So, yeah,
Yeah, so if you are interested in industrial tools, have a look at those now anyway.
they're not super expensive.
That's right, and there will be some more coming to the range because it's only just started. So we know that in the beginning of January,
Yep. We've got 3 this year so far,
another 3 coming out.
another 3 coming out. Yeah.
And more to follow, a lot more to follow.
Yeah.
So we're serious about them. Ella, thank you. Any more questions, please?
Yes, some on the mixers now. So a comment from Marcus. Marcus said both mixers are beasts.
They are.
And PF has asked, are we getting a concrete drum mixing machine?
Not that I've seen. I don't
No,
believe.
no, I haven't seen it. I mean, there are some fantastic machines coming next year, which you'd have to wait shortly till the next live stream for us to cover some of those. But not a drum cement mixer, something like that.
Not yet.
No.
But maybe that might be something we bring.
There are cement tools coming.
Maybe there are.
Maybe there are.
But not a mixer yet. But that does mean we are looking at that category in more detail.
We are, yeah.
Cool. Any more questions, Ella?
No more questions for now, but I did just want to say make sure you take part in the poll that is in the chat to vote for your favourite tool of the year.
Yes, please. We are interested to see what you think Bosch Professional did best this year.
I see that you escaped the Christmas hat.
I run hot, and it is hot in the studio, and that is hot. Maybe I'll put it on at the end. But
I
yes.
feel I have dedication to the viewers. I was going
right.
to continue to wear my ridiculous anglers.
That's right, because last year when we asked whether or not Dan is allowed to take them off, you guys
said
voted
no.
9. It is verboten. You must keep the antlers. However, no one cares whether or not wear the hat. And
Apparently not.
I feel a lot better having a bit of fresh air. Okay, so let's move on a little bit. So we've had a little bit of question, a little bit of fun. And don't worry, guys, this is going to be the last live stream of the year. We're not taking it too seriously either. But stay friendly. I'm going to keep the chat friendly, but feel free to have some fun. Okay, so the next section is going to be products that we brought out in the middle of the year. So that's more May, isn't it? I think, isn't it? So again, Ollie, please bring up the little slide for me, the little image showing the products we brought out. So you can see here, we brought out some new combis. We brought out some interesting new hammers, some angle grinders, some products here that maybe might be one of many of Dan's favourite products.
Maybe.
Now, from my side, pure destruction. Oh, more chainsaws. Absolutely love the little pruning saws. We brought out our new telescoping products.
Telescopic.
As well. Telescoping. Telescoping. Yeah, extendable.
There you go.
Hedge cutters and chain poles. These tools here, so obviously we've got all the polishers and sanders, the 12 volt. We know, Danny, everyone in the chat knows that Danny likes a 12 volt product. And actually, I know that the chat really likes 12 volt products too.
My car's never been as shiny.
That's right. Yes, there's no polishing compound left in the training department.
Yeah, I've got through half a bottle.
Okay, thanks, Ollie. Cheers. So you can see we obviously brought out quite a few products in that May cycle, including a whole bunch of electrical testing tools from our measuring tools division, entirely brand new to the category, not the category, to us.
To the range, our measuring tools range,
Okay, well, let's start off with a couple products that were fun favourites. I think I've got them behind me.
You have.
Now, these were products that, when we were doing some training...
These were two new ones, weren't they? Yeah.
So when we were doing some training in the department, we had there were some of our fibre installers, and I could not keep them focused on the inspection camera training that we're doing because they were obsessed. They had eyes on this particular machine. So,
the first time I took this out of the box when it arrived, I thought it was one of those small children's toys because it's so small.
It's so light, but as soon as you get to use it,
wow, it's it's heavy hitting there. 18mm maximum drilling diameter. So this is the GBH 18V-18.
That's right. But as you can see for that pop-up, there's also this one. That's right. There is the 18X version.
I'll try to seamlessly move this one out of the way there.
Perfect. Whoa, it's like we know what we're doing. So there were two machines that we brought out. However, one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this model is in particular to do with the one chuck. The one chuck.
The one chuck.
Okay, so what we have here, again, it's still the same 18V-18 base model. You can see it's nice and compact, designed actually to run the 18 volt compact batteries.
Yeah.
Because this is supposed to be a lightweight machine. It is only two function, so it has drilling and hammer drilling. Okay, delivers, in this case, 1.5 joules of energy. So that's pretty, it's not a lot, don't get me wrong, but this is designed for your normal fittings up to a maximum of 18mm.
Yes.
That will do your standard 8, 10, 12, 16, fine, all day.
Yep.
Okay, but the one chuck is the fact that it has a 3-jaw chuck on the front with the ability to also take SDS Plus bits. Let's see in my drawer if I've got one actually. Have I got it?
The beauty of these as well is running, most of the installers are for fibre coming in now. The cables are really, really small. So they don't have to bore a massive, great big hole through the wall to run aerial cables and fibre optic cables and landline cables. They can just drill a very small hole, although this will do up to 18mm, through that wall and run the cable through there, no problem.
Just to point out, just to illustrate, I'm going to take that out for a second.
Let's tighten it up.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, sorry. The best thing about this system, it's not something we had in the past, but takes your SDS Plus bits.
Yep.
Okay. But because it has 3 jaws, it means you can take your cylindrical shank, or in this case, our hex shank bits as well. And the advantage here is, instead of having to use a
Separate chuck.
Three-jaw chuck adapter.
Yep.
Or a removable chuck model, like our
or the F models.
F models. Then it's all integrated into this one machine, so keeping the amount of things you have to carry to a minimum. So ideal.
Yeah.
And nice and compact in this particular size. And we always often forget, also has kickback control on a cost-effective, small entry-level machine with vibration reduction as well, making this, I mean, that's a great machine, especially if you're not needing a heavy hitter, large, powerful STS Plus hammer.
I've used this with Forstner bits. I've used it with self-cut speed bits, and there's plenty of torque there to turn all of those very efficiently. Really is a machine, especially for installers, that will literally do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, you can run screwdriver bits with it, and you can run screws with it. Bear in mind, though, that it doesn't have any torque settings, so it will sink the screw quite deep quite quickly. That's what you got to trust your finger for.
You've got to be the torque control on this one. Yeah. Okay, now so moving on to another product that maybe, I don't know, Dan, have you got something for me?
I do. I have a gift down here for you.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
I have, yes. I did, well, we did, as in the studio team, managed to get some special wrapping paper for you.
Well, before we do that, Ella, have you got something you want to comment about first?
Yep, I was just going to say there were a few guesses for what Chris's favourite tool was in the chat. So.
Okay, let's go through that first, actually, before you present. Actually, no, let's bring it out first.
Yes, there you go.
And then we can say, Ella, what's in the chat? What do they think?
So the first guess was a new expert battery.
Oh, well, you're so very
close.
close. Maybe it is. Maybe it still is, because...
Yes.
Is that about...
I'd say that's...
I mean,
it
still could be, because this is my favourite power tool of the year. Okay, Ella, come on, any other guesses?
Yeah, so then we had a guess. Someone said the Expert Detect 18 volt 217.
Well, that's not out yet, so I can't use I can't claim that one yet.
But that is a cracking bit of kit, though.
Yeah,
really looking forward to playing with that.
Stay tuned next year.
And then the last two guesses were the GDR 18 volt 220 and then the GBH 18 volt 18X.
Well, you're very close with the 18X. The GDR 18V-220 is actually technically one of Dan's favourites, but that was last year.
I always go for the 12 volts, don't I?
That's right. So before we get into the unwrapping process, let's address the elephant in the room. Jake, where are you? Oh, here you are. We've, as you can see, we couldn't bring Jake to the live stream, but we have brought him here in spirit, in paper form.
Yes.
So thank you for joining. He doesn't know we've done this. He might not find out until tomorrow.
He might not find it funny.
Well, tough.
Okay, we'll find out tomorrow.
We'll find out tomorrow whether or not we have done the right thing. Maybe we won't be coming back in the new year.
Maybe he's watching now and he might comment.
That's right. Know. Well, this is what you get, mate, for not being our Q&A guy. It's punishment. No, of course not. Right, so I know who has wrapped this because it's probably going to be impregnable. One of the reasons why we bring Ella, hi guys, back is because she is an outstanding wrapper. We couldn't get it out of the packaging last time, Ella. Okay, well, what could this be? I mean, that's an auxiliary side handle. I feel like this is my favourite product with one of my favourite attachments combined. You know what it is already, I'm sure, because actually this is the improved or even better version from my favourite year last year.
It yet.
No, I know what it is. I know what it is. I can tell by just smelling it. I can sense it already. My favourite product last year.
And you couldn't find it before the live stream.
That could have been the reason. Obviously, my favourite product from last year was the brand new GBH 18V-22 with the GDE 18V-12. So therefore, unsurprisingly, if you make a one-chuck version of my favourite tool from last year, undoubtedly, that is going to be probably my favourite tool of this year.
Yes.
Now, the reasons why, hey, the 22 was already a great machine.
Yep.
It had vibration reduction. It had kickback control. Okay. It was the right balance in weight and performance. It's up to this model actually gives you a little bit, 0.1 joules more energy when it comes to the hammer and chisel function. So the 22 is 1.9 and this one is 2 joules.
4-mode switch on this as well. When it comes to, you got the neutral in there, so you can twist the actual chisel, but you've got a chisel function there.
That's right. But really, again, the one chuck on my favourite machine makes this the ideal thing too. So I think that was the only thing that was technically missing from the 22 standard, not X model, but this one again, GBH 18V-22X, and as you can see, with the onboard. Let me just onboard dust extraction as well. I mean, hopefully you've seen the videos where we do side by sides. If you haven't, maybe you've seen us do this live at, say, the Bosch Pro Truck Tour or some other videos we've done. The amount of dust reduction, as far as I'm concerned, I could almost claim it's virtually dust-free. Just by attaching an onboard, you don't have to worry about running a dust extractor.
Yep. It's really good if you're drilling up into ceilings, for instance, as well, because the gravity of the dust naturally pulled down. Yeah, second to none.
Love it. I love it. So thank you, Danny. I appreciate that.
There is one other thing as well. It's probably worth mentioning
yes.
what it's actually running on. There's something else you're quite passionate about.
That's true. That's true. But I think I'm going to save that till later. I'm going to save that till later because I want to go on a. Well, we'll talk about it when we get to the T3 section.
Cool.
But yes,
of course.
Maybe this thing at the bottom. I think the chat already know.
Well, do you know, the fact that someone pointed out the expert battery, I think, yeah, you're right. It was in there.
Yeah,
it was in there.
It was on there. So yes, well, thank you, Dan, for my present. Despite the fact I think this is my one anyway. You've re-gifted it, but thank you very much. Okay, so we'll go on to the next product on the line. And now this is something that we both like.
Yes.
Dan's got it on the desk here.
I have it just over here. In fact, I've tied it to the side of the desk.
I'll take that out for a second.
You take that out. Yeah, great charger. New charger to the range. This was the GAL, the Acculada.
Yes.
12/18V-80 charger. So
12 and 18.
Yes.
Right, okay.
8 amp charger this as well. So again, it's the we had the 8 before, and we had our top of the range 16 amp charger. So this is an 8 amp charger to replace that particular model. However, it charges 12 volt batteries as well at 8 amps.
And I believe, again, chat, let me know whether or not we're a little out of date because this product came out in May. But I think at the time, that was the fastest charging 12 volt charger.
Yes, I think it was, yes.
Out there in the market.
I know I've definitely seen that.
That's right. And maybe it's changed since then, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, it's an arms race out there, to be fair, isn't it? It doesn't take long for people to come out with...
That's right. But I think, again, if it's not the fastest 12 volt solo charger, which I think it is, it's definitely going to be the fastest dual voltage charger, I believe, because I think there are some out there that do both, but they won't charge the 12 volt at the same speed.
No.
Yeah, it's slightly slower. So let's just quickly demonstrate. You've got a standard 12 volt battery, and you can see where it fits.
Here. Yep, so that, if I tilt that up there, I'm not sure whether you can see, you can see that socket in there. Now, there you go. So there's your 12 volt battery in there. Really low charge times because of that output from the charger. And also, you've got an 18 volt battery there. So one of the new expert batteries clips just in there like that. So sits at the front of the bay there. You can't put both in at the same time. It's a question I've been asked already. Because
physics.
This blocks the hole to the 12 volt by design. Yeah. However,
it's a metaphysical problem.
Yes. It's a geographical problem as well. On the back here, you can see there is a fan. So this has got active cooling on the back of both of the batteries.
This is active cooling 3.
Yes.
That's right. Did you? I bet you didn't even know we had 1, 2.
Yeah.
Now we've got 3. So this is the best, most efficient cooling system we've got, which helps reduce the temperature of the batteries before and during charging.
Yep. So runs on the back of the cell here. Plastic there is in direct contact with the cells, so that's going to draw the heat out from a 12 volt battery. And of course, on the back here, we've written cooling fins. So again, it's like a heat sink. So you run flow air through that, carries the heat away.
Right, yeah. So as Dan's pointed out, as this is an 8 amp charger, that means, generally speaking, you can charge an 8 amp hour battery in just over an hour.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit extra for heat management. But
That's right, yeah. So again, if you are someone, I know there's plenty of people out there that are running 12 volt, maybe you're a bit resistant to go to 18 volt and vice versa.
Maybe you don't need to.
Yeah. Maybe you're a bit resistant to go and get some 12 volt or 18 volt batteries because you already got, you don't want to have loads of chargers. This is a great choice. We're hoping to have this as our standard charger, so you won't. So whenever you buy any Bosch product, then you won't have to worry about having to get another charger if you want to go 12 or 18 volt.
But this opens us up as well, Bosch as a company, to be able to produce bundles or kits, potentially with a 12 volt and an 18 volt machine, and a charger that'll do both.
A great observation, yes, because that
could really open up some really good deals for people, so they could buy specifically for their needs.
Best of both worlds. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks, Dan. Right. Okay. Well, one of our favourite chargers of the year. There is another one coming. I will show you that as well. That might be my choice of charger of the year, but that is a strong follow-up. Okay, Dan, I've got a present for you.
Have you?
So I'm going to bring Jake back onto the screen.
Another Jake present. I'm not sure I want to tear through it, you know.
So it's just you don't want to.
I think we've got the rest of the roll of it, though, haven't we?
That's right. Well, I wonder. Let's pop it on the desk first. It's not quite there. It's been wrapped too well. So Ella, do we have anyone in the chat? Any guesses from the chat that might know what this product is? I know they know already what it is.
Yep, so a few people have put in guesses for what they think Dan's favourite tool of the year is. So the first one that we've got is the GSR 12-volt 23.
Oh, that was a close contender. I've always gone for the GSRs before. For the last 2 years, in fact, it's been the GSR 1235HX. Absolutely love that machine.
Yes.
However, it got knocked off the top this year by
something else.
my own personal requirements. This machine, I think, needed to happen. So.
Yes, I know. I mean, I know already. I think Ella mentioned it earlier. That obviously everyone knows you. You're too predictable,
yes, I think
my friend.
far too predictable.
Far too obvious because he keeps telling everyone that he used to work in automotive. So what choice could it be? But I'm not going to tell too much. He knows what it is.
I thought you were going to open it for me then for a second.
No.
Thank you.
So I'm going to re-gift
his
product back to
my
him.
own machine back
What
to
could
me.
it possibly be, mate?
Well, I'm going to try not to disturb.
There were two choices, actually 3 choices we could have gone with, but I decided to go for the 3/8. That's the right choice.
That's the right choice, yes. Although half inch I could
You could tolerate.
No, I could tolerate, but the 3/8 I think for me is the way to go. So this is the GRC 12V-60. Comes in the 3/8 SN and the half inch SN.
That's right. Yes.
The only change I will make is this battery for runtime. But in reality, I think for use, getting into difficult situations,
All positions.
this slim battery or position,
Whatever floats your boat.
would be that battery there.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, absolutely amazing bit of kit. We have heard people pop these on to say try to undo and that, and say, oh, the machine won't do it. You've got to crack the nut off loose first before this will turn the nut off of the fastening.
It's not an impactor.
It's exactly the same way as you would use a regular ratchet, except all the undoing after cracking off the actual fastening is done by this. But it will tighten up to 60 Newton meters. So in most situations, even in industrial situations, just a quick nip, or a little quick nip with a torque wrench, something to get absolutely perfect tightness that you need.
Yeah, so again, designed 60 Newton meters of torque, you said, designed up to M12, so perfect for all those.
Oh yes,
all those applications. I mean, these machines are designed to be controlled, nice slow RPM. You don't want them too fast. You don't want too much torque. You don't want to be damaging what you're working with.
No.
These are designed specifically, as Dan points out, for those little difficult fixings.
Yes, yeah. I've done a couple of jobs recently where it's I've got the job done so quickly.
It kind of makes it takes away your week. Makes you got your weekend back to yourself, and now you've got to find something else to do with your spare time.
Yeah.
So obviously we came out with 3 models last year, or not last year, this year. God, it feels so long ago.
Yeah, it does.
The 2 12 volts and also an 18 variant, also
Yes.
with 60 Newton meters of torque. The GRC 18V-60.
Yep. Has to be said, I do have that one as well. But largely down to the 3 speeds on that as well.
Yes, so that's the fundamentally the difference. However, I think the reason why you chose this, not only because it's 12 volt, I know you've got a soft spot for 12 volt, but it's also the all metal design.
All metal design just feels a lot more robust in your hand. It just adds that little bit of extra security when you actually go to sort of manually undo the nut beforehand, having something that's made of metal rather than having an entirely plastic body.
Okay, right. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. I'm going to take that off you.
No, not. I don't have that.
Okay, well, I'm going to pass that to Dan, but then he's going to go and grab what could have been Dan's favourite tool for the year as well, because I know he also likes these tools. A number of other 12-volt machines, all on
my
your
side,
bottom
are they?
shelf.
Yes.
So last year we brought out an entire new category of 12-volt products. This was in the middle of where everyone was saying, "Oh, Bosch, you're not bringing out any more. You know, where are all your 12-volt products?" And we knew at the time we had so many in our back pocket. Not only just the ratchets, but these range of tools we've got here. So let's
I've
get
got
more.
half of the range here.
I'll get them all lined up, and you grab the other ones, please.
Yeah.
All right. So what we did, or what we wanted to do, is we wanted to venture into a new category of products for us. We didn't actually have. We had some of these tools in the mains variety, but we didn't have cordless ones.
I think partly the reason why I didn't choose one of these as my favourite for this year is because they're all brilliant. And I can't pick out one that is any better than the rest.
So what we've got in front of us is we've got the entire range of 12-volt polishers and sanders. Got so many products, it's very difficult for Rebecca to even get them all in frame. But yes, there they all are. So obviously the first three I've got here are GEXs and GSSs. These are the sanders. Yep. And then on the other side, if you want to scroll onto one side, let's go across a little bit more.
So here I have the GPO 77, 12V-77, GPX 12V-77, and the GPX 12V-125.
That's right. Yes,
125mm head, both 75mm.
That's right. Actually, I should have pointed.
77.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, I should have pointed out. Yes. So I've got obviously the GEXs, and you can see these two models. Good on you. I made a mistake. I didn't tell the names, of course. So you've got the GEX and the GSS. That's it. I got it right hand. The GEX and the GSS 12V-32. So obviously that's the size of the accessory.
Random orbital one.
Fixed.
Orbital fixed.
Yes, fixed.
Yep.
And then I've got the larger of the three. So you've got the GEX 12V-77.
Yeah, that's a random orbital as well. And the orbit dimensions of them was that's 2.5mm for that one. 5, 13. This
13,
one.
3.
3. Sorry. This one. 12. I've moving on to the next one already. This is a huge orbit for a polisher. So I suppose if I was going to pick one, this will get the job done a lot quicker.
And we've made it again nice and easy because you can see we don't have, makes our job easier as trainers, makes your job easier as a professional. We keep the numbers nice on the side there, and as you can see, they're all mounted on the little rest there to stop you from having to worry about contaminating whatever compound and accessory you've got on it.
Yeah, and if you were using these in your trade, maybe paint repair, paint correction, and spot repair, although we do have a fantastically full range, you don't necessarily need all of them. Although some people do want to have the whole range, I get that. But
if that's
you may only need 1 or 2 machines to fulfil the best possible results from your requirements.
Now, if you want to look at these in more detail, then feel free to check out the live stream where we actually focused on just these products. Took the opportunity again for Dan to tidy up his car, and also take the opportunity.
Way too much compound in the process.
And Dan also took the opportunity to clean one of my headlights. Then I had to go and do the other one myself. Because it looks stupid, but I appreciate the effort. But we obviously did a little demonstration and went into a big deep dive, not only in the products, but also really important that we obviously focused a lot of that live stream on the accessories that come from a close friend of ours, Sia Abrasives.
Oh yes, yeah.
Right. So we went through some of their accessories that are designed, that they've designed to work specifically with these tools. Outstanding, obviously, accessories, but the compounds as well.
Oh wow, yeah, the Sia Chrome stuff is amazing.
Exactly. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure I've seen 5,000 grit abrasives before, but their stuff is really, really.
That's right.
good.
Yeah, they work magic.
Yes.
Up in Halifax, for example. So feel free again to watch that live stream. If you're not familiar with Sia abrasives, feel free to pop onto their website and have a look at the wide range of abrasives that they do. It's
great website as well.
Yeah, it's not just for automotive. They do all kinds of abrasives for metalworking, lacquer, loads of stuff.
I remember when they were doing a demonstration about mirror finish polishing. Or they can never say it's mirror finish because it's never quite going to be. That's mirror finish.
It's
that's
near as I'm concerned to be it. Mirror finish.
That's good enough for a mirror.
That's right, yeah.
So stunning.
So again, so all the products obviously feature different accessories that we supply. Obviously, when it comes to the actual pads, for example, for the polishers, and there's lots of different variations for the foams. But feel free again to watch the special live stream that we did earlier in the year, just focusing on these 6 products.
Yeah, so your green foams here are going to be used for your compound, and the softer foams here are going to be used for your buffing. But to be fair, if you want to just go and use a mild cutting compound like T-cut or a finishing compound or a polish, then these pads are great. Absolutely great.
Okay, so moving on to a fond favourite of mine.
Yeah, so back to that destruction again.
That's right, yeah. So why don't you pass me that battery as well for me, Dan, please?
Yep. I'm going to throw all these at Ella.
That's cool, thank you. Right, okay, so one of the... this is one of 2 products that came out mid last year to supplement the GKE 18V-40, which is our 18-volt chainsaw. But what's better than one chainsaw? How about 2 more chainsaws? So I guess we call this a pruning saw. Not a one-handed saw, although I'm sure there'll be people out there tempted because it seems like it's perfect to be used one-handed. Can't say you can, but I'm sure you're going to do that. When it comes to this particular model, the one I've got in front of me is the GKE 18V-20. Now there was two variants we brought out. It was this one and also the 15 model.
Yes.
So 20 stands for obviously the bar, okay, and we also have this one, which is the 20, and the 15 centimeter bar.
Yeah.
When it comes to the specs, I mean, we're not talking about a high-speed felling saw here. This is really great for delimbing trees.
Yes.
The design of the handle at the top is, so I'll just cut to a wider angle.
That's not a handle.
It's not a handle. No, I was going to point
You're
out,
gonna point
this
out.
is not a handle, but it is here, and it prevents you from accidentally sliding your hand on top.
Yes.
So it's used two-handed in this orientation.
First off, really uncomfortable to hold it as a deterrent,
yes.
and there is a mark on there that says this is not a handle.
That's right,
So,
yeah. Chain speed is 7.2 meters per second, so it's not super fast, but it does need to be
Plenty
because
fast enough for that
very
machine.
aggressive. I actually sometimes find this, in many cases, can perform faster than the bigger saw. I actually don't know why. So both machines, all the chainsaws are outstanding, but these little pruning saws, surprisingly great.
I think it's because you're closer to the blade that you get far more control over.
Maybe.
But for situations pruning like small branches and stuff like that, this is great.
That's right. But why is this product in my list for one of my favourite tools? Well, again, remember we made that comment when we did the teaser. Are these going to be our favourite products based on pure performance or maybe some smart innovation? And these machines have an amazing innovation that I think is going to really help keep people safer. Why? Because this has
Back.
first chainsaw in the Bosch range, maybe even in the world, to have electronic kickback control, which means if this chainsaw does jam, and especially if you're trying to do a plunge cut for whatever reason, and it was the catch, it could kick back. And because this doesn't have a motor brake, because it's essentially not a two-handed saw. I mean, it is a two-handed saw, but it's not one that has...
It doesn't have a mechanical brake when you flip the handle forwards.
Exactly. That electronic...
Saying that blade stops quick.
One more time.
Yeah.
That is fast.
That's quicker than your reaction speed to switching it off, I think. Well, it would be, yeah.
Right. I mean, just that on its own makes it one of my favourite tools of the year.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder whether or not there's anyone in the chat that thinks this is an outstanding product. Maybe you've already tried it. Maybe this is your favourite tool of the year. Please let us know. We've got the poll. Also, feel free to pop it into the chat as well. I mean, the fact that we can do maybe about 350 cuts, roughly 50 millimetre, on a standard battery, that alone is another great feature.
That's bar width. That's that's quite a number.
Okay, yes. Another thing, because it's got that kickback protection, technically, that also means it has end of cut auto stop. So if you are cutting and it jams, it might snag, but also if you're cutting down and then you accidentally go too far forward, it has the same ability. So that would really help reduce the chances of you causing yourself an injury if you're too aggressive and you fall through the material faster than you were expecting. So, I mean, I know we're a bit dull, we're trainers, we really like health and safety USBs. I wonder if we can call it health and safety USBs, but anyway, these features that help make you at least safer on site.
Yeah.
And when it comes to chainsaws, you don't want to be having yourself an injury with one of these. So,
no,
let us know what you think of the GKE 18V-20 and 15, especially that kickback control.
I quite like the 15 because it's even safer because the bar's shorter.
Yeah, it's only
and in reality, it will still do the same cut depth of 50 mil on the same charge.
It's 1.8 kilos. It doesn't, and it's nice and compact.
Yeah.
It's a really nice feeling machine. It's got obviously a tool-free tensioning system. Simply unlock that, and then you can use tensioning there.
Yep.
Close
And
it.
the same with the oiling system on the other side. It's literally pop that open and you've got a clear to see reservoir of exactly how much oil you've got in there.
Yep. So again, I do like a chainsaw, and I really do like these small ones.
You do.
Okay, so let's have a little pause before we go any further. See whether or not we've got any comments. See if anyone likes my chainsaw. Ella, have we got any comments?
Yes, we do have some comments from the chat. So the first one is a comment about our light, actually. It says the GLA 18 volt 7500 is just amazing. So much light, need to get a few more.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, it is definitely something that we are going to have a look at.
Yeah.
Did that come out? That came out at the end of the year? No, I can't remember when that came out.
It was kind of mid, I think, was it?
We haven't covered it yet, I don't think,
No.
have we? Yeah, so yes, that was definitely a great product that came out this year.
It
Some
is.
people just go, it's just a light.
There. Right there. Yeah. But that's on our tripod as well there. But it's interesting to note that
miss
that will fit other tripods as well. So you don't have to have them.
You can hang it from the ceiling via the hook.
Yes.
So you've got plenty of options, but at 7,500 lumens.
And you can limit the sides as well, so you don't have to be blowing all that light out of one side. You can have it split 50-50. So if you're up against the wall,
you can't even see. The light's so bright you can't tell I've split that in half.
Yeah, you're not look directly at that then.
Now you're blind.
You're not directly shining light on a wall that you don't need.
Yes, don't underestimate the benefit of having a really good compact sight light. So you don't have to run off mains cables, which all you've got tripping hazards, they get in the way. Yeah. Battery powered lights nowadays using their energy efficient LED systems. Getting blind now.
Yeah, I really shouldn't have stared into that.
Okay, with the ability to fit something like a 12 amp or a 15 amp power battery on that means that one of these things on the lower settings would last easily all day. But thanks to our high capacity batteries and high speed chargers, then you could easily run these continuously, even on the highest setting. So yes, great choice.
Actually, you can run it mains as well. Then you wouldn't have to turn it off.
Well, I was going to say, it is an 18VH, so hybrid power.
Yeah.
So you can run off a kettle plug.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Ella, any more comments?
Yep, we've had a few more comments. Someone has asked, why is the small drill hammer not 12 volt? I'm assuming they're talking about the GBH 18 volt 18 or 18X.
Easy to answer, because 18 volt is the most popular battery platform out there in the market.
Yes. Yeah.
So we want to address that first. Maybe.
We are still banging the 12 volt drum when it comes to our visits to Germany. So we would love to see one.
That's right. But I know there are a few 18 volt products that we have in the range that will be going and having a 12 volt variant. I expect a hammer to come as well.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say. Cool.
There's a lot of movement on the 12 volt front. It's not going anywhere. Mark our words.
Well, I already know that we asked the chat whether or not you wanted us to do another 12 volt special, and they overwhelmingly said yes.
Yes.
So we're going to do a 12 volt special probably midway through next year.
Yeah.
Because you asked so nicely. Ella, any more questions, please?
Yeah, we had quite a lot of questions about the charger actually. So someone said, I'd like a combo charger like the GAL 18 volt 80, but with the charge times of the new Expert one.
So you want 16 amps? That's what they want. So you want a super fast charger. Well, I mean, to be honest, I think we've done pretty well getting 8 amps into a 12 volt to start with.
Yes.
We might need different batteries to get
that
much charge in.
My concern would be that we have passive systems in place on our 18 volt system, such as the HDPE material and the TPE, the thermoplastic elastomer that's under the sides here, to mitigate the heat, to draw the heat out to the outside of the battery. On the 12 volt, we don't, because they've never been under that much demand to require it.
Yeah, they're not hydro batteries.
So we don't want to add additional weight to the batteries. So again, something that we haven't considered, and obviously that's going to make a lot of difference when it comes to the cooling of the batteries. Yes. We can charge the standard cool pack batteries with our 18650 cells in the 16 amp charger. So I don't see any reason why the cells couldn't take it. I think it's just heat management. I think that's going to be the mitigating factor. Yeah. But I don't know with any certainty what's happening with the 12 volt batteries going forward. I know there are some things happening, as well as you know there's some things happening, but so far as solid information to go on, I haven't got anything yet. Yeah,
I was going to say, I mean, would you say that 8 amp hours is too slow to charge a 12 volt battery? Generally speaking, that would charge, a normal battery.
It's a 2 amp battery in about 15 minutes.
Up to, well, and then you've got the 80% as well, of course, yeah. So it's an interesting one. I will definitely take that up with the product managers to see whether or not there's any movement on a more powerful one. I think Dan's answered it, but my guess is probably not unless we radically change the 12 volt batteries, which may or may not be happening. Okay, Ella, any more, or should we move on?
Yep, we've got another question on the charger. So would the GAL, I don't know why I can't say that word today. Would the GAL 12 volt and 18 volt charger work for the new Expert range of batteries?
Yes.
No problems. 100% backwards compatible.
Yes. All fits in, no problem at all.
If anything, as Dan illustrated there, even better because of the cool pack system on the back of the batteries pointing directly at the active cooling system.
Yeah, chuck us to 15, just to prove a point. You've got the 15 there. This is designed with enough headroom in it to fit that battery in there perfectly. And the fan is still blowing across the cooling fins at the back of the charger there. So, so loads of room in there.
Cool. Any more, Ella?
Yep, last question on the charger for now. Someone said, when are we getting a parallel multi-bay 18-volt charger and also a long overdue multi-bay parallel 12-volt charger?
The parallel 18-volt charger is already available.
Yep.
We will talk about that in a minute because that released in the final T of the year, so that released in September. Maybe it's just slowly filtering into the market. It is available. Maybe it's limited, not limited, maybe it's limited stock, but I would imagine that it will be easily available after the Christmas period. In regards to a parallel 12-volt charger, I think Dan and I already have hinted that we might be getting something even better.
We've been involved on the ground level when it comes to some developments with our charging systems in the future.
Yeah,
so
thanks to comments from the chat as well. We have been able to give really great feedback to the engineers on what we think makes the best charging solution. So we'll hope that whatever is coming out, or whatever
potential for you actually to get a charging solution that you can personalise to your requirements directly.
But let's just say there are great things coming.
Yes.
And it's partly thanks to you guys and your great feedback allowing us to make sure that we're fully informed and we can let the product managers and engineers know exactly what our users want. So again, thank you very much to the chat. Great feedback as always.
Yes.
Right, Ella, thank you very much for those questions. So we're going to move on to, maybe this might be the final products that came out in the second T. The May launch period. Now these are some of our measuring tools. Now you've got a collection, or you're going to have to stretch for these ones.
Are they on? Oh, blimey, put them right up the top.
That's right, yes. So what we've got here is was a brand new range of measuring tools, professional measuring tools that we hadn't dipped our toe in yet. So we have electrical testing devices. So before I announce them, I'll get them all out on the desk here. Thanks, mate.
Well, Bosch have, as a company, had
True.
worked with some of these electrical testing tools in the past, but it's always been in the automotive sector, mainly multimeters. But they were always kind of basically designed for the application at hand. So not many features, but very good at what they did. And they were always in that green automotive colour. But we've really blown it out of the park with this stuff we do now.
That's right, right. Yeah, so let's cut to a close-up and you can see our little array here of electrical testing devices. Now these are, well, we've got a few here. We've obviously got a voltage detection, non-contact voltage detection pen. We've got a multimeter. We've got our clamp meter, fork meter, and our voltage tester.
Yes.
So, I mean, it was, again, an initial introduction to the range. Now, I think we've already teased in a later live stream that there are more products coming out.
Oh, yes, there
so
are,
if these products are not what you're looking for, as in you need more features, then don't worry, because we do have a range of expert electrical testing devices that are probably going to meet your requirements. So again, the special live stream that we did on that product, these products, we did a special where, actually, to be honest, I think I want to redo that one because we didn't actually have our testing bench built at the time.
No.
It hadn't arrived, it got stuck in customs.
Yeah, well, now we've got two.
Yeah, we've got two. So what we'll probably do is, when we launch the new expert electrical testing devices, we'll do a bit more of a deep dive. I've got some feedback that we didn't go into enough details. We made the incorrect assumption that if you were an electrician, you would already know how to use all these tools, so you didn't need Danny and I going and patronising you all. But again, for those who are interested but aren't familiar with what all the functions, and there are a lot of functions on these and the products coming out next year, then what we'll do is we'll do a deep dive. I think we need to, so it's going to be a long video because these are very complex products and with a lot of features, especially when you bring out the expert tools.
Exactly.
Right, so I see Ella has got something that she wants to hand to you, Dan. I think this is a surprise.
Oh.
A surprise present of some kind.
Yeah, so this is a surprise present we decided to wrap earlier on. I don't know if Danny actually knows what it is because he was spying.
I wasn't spying. Oh, great, I got thrown under the bus there.
But here is the surprise present, which fits in with this category.
I'm purposely not going to feel it.
I know what it is. Do you know why I know what it is?
Because you couldn't
because
find it
I
earlier.
couldn't find the product that I wanted to bring. So I can tell you exactly what this is.
So it's not much of a surprise.
I mean, the chat can't guess what this is, so I'm just going to quickly open it up anyway. because yes, before this live stream had gone live, I was effing and blinding going, where is this product? I need it for the lineup.
And because of my peeping, I was able to tell him exactly where it was.
Right, well, this is luckily, this is my other GFM 1000-15 fork meter. Thanks, Ella. Appreciate you giving that back to me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no problems.
Now you got two.
That's right. So there we go. So comprehensive +1 range of electrical testing devices. Let us know again in the chat if you want Danny and I to go through another live stream going into more detail, especially with our testing bench.
I think when the new year rolls around, when we have maybe some other machines to add to this particular range, I think that would make sense.
Yeah. I mean, top line benefits on our range of electrical testing devices is we've decided, because hey, look, we're not going to reinvent the products because look, they're well established. Yes. However, we are going to take the opportunity to do a few things. One, especially look at the voltage pen, for example, it has a number of really great features that do not exist in the market. The one thing that Danny and I like to joke about is you can go swimming with this one.
If you wanted to, you could.
It is IP67, so which makes it fully dust sealed and able to be immersed.
If you're checking the voltage at swimming pool lights, this will do it. I wouldn't recommend its primary use, but yes.
Yeah. Comes with a nice little torch as well, because guess what? If you're using this as an electrician, then probably you're working somewhere that doesn't have lights and electricity. Okay, and another feature that it's not easy for me to show, but it has obviously a light, an alarm, so audible alarm, and also haptic, so it vibrates gently when there is voltage detected between, and if you put it on the low mode, between 24 and 1000 volts, or 90 and 1000 volts. So great USB there. There is another model for our American viewers. I believe they're going to be bringing another model, which is
1.3, I believe.
1.3 or 1.5. I can't remember. 1.3, which has less features. So I think you're going to have, you might not have some of the haptics or the light. I can't remember which one it is, but you still will be able to get.
Doesn't have the haptics.
There's no haptics. Yeah, it doesn't have the haptics. I don't know if it has the light or not, but there is another version coming out. I think it's exclusive for our American colleagues.
It is actually really nice to have that vibration in your hand. It just sort of to highlight the point that you're definitely close to something, or there's something definitely there.
Yeah, another really great standout point about these products is they have a very strong, robust, rubberized feel to them. Yeah. That improves the drop resistance, obviously the IP rating that we've already discussed, but the thing I really like is the display. So if we cut to a close-up, maybe you can see it's hard obviously in the studio to show that these all have that negative display. So long gone is the old school,
the old Nokia.
The LCD screen. I was going to give away any brand names. I got trouble for Gucci
other
last time.
mobile phones are available.
Yeah, or
retro mobile phones.
If you are the same age as me, then you might recognise the old school technology in the old calculators.
Yes.
No, we're not using that technology anymore. We've gone for a negative display, which we think is actually a bit cooler and also a lot easier to see in bright sunlight, not studio light, obviously, but in bright light, the negative display, I think, looks a bit cooler, matches the aesthetic, but it's actually practically better as well.
Yeah, you don't get so much reflection and you can see it from different angles as well. It's quite good. All the feet are rubberized on this as well, so this actually stays where you put it.
That's right.
Which is always quite useful when you're trying to measure something. Yeah,
you have this one-hand operation, so everything, all the modes could be adjusted without having to take your hand off something and adjust it.
That goes for the multimeter and the fork meter and the clamp meter as well.
Both my fork meters,
Both
and in addition, although we don't have the accessory here, it comes with a nice, you got a variation that also comes with a nice magnetic holder, so you can put that onto a cabinet while you're doing work with the probes, for example.
Fork meter as well. You've got a non-contact voltage tester built into that as well, so you've got the best of both worlds.
That's right, but again, if these do not tickle your fancy, then feel free to hold on until next year, where we'll be showing you at least three more expert variations on these electrical testers that I reckon will tickle your fancy. Right, so we're going to move on into essentially the final hurdle. It's not really the final hurdle because we've got more to go, but before we go to the final launch window of the year, Ella, allow us to tidy this desk a little bit. Have we got any questions from the chat?
Yeah,
are they in relation to these tools or?
Yes, we have had a few.
Leave them on the desk then. Okay, cool.
We have a few comments and questions. So the first one is, any new expert laser distance meters in the works?
Oh, that's interesting.
Not expert as far as I know.
The thing is, our current ones that we do are as good as we can get them, to be fair.
I know there are new laser measurers coming out.
Yeah.
I do not believe they are going to be in the expert range, but that doesn't mean they're not good.
Yeah. If you were to go by the expert moniker and the naming structure, then something like the GLM 150, something with a real like the furthest distance, is that will establish itself as an expert product. But currently, there's none in that particular range.
No, not yet.
That are classed as expert yet. But again, expert is something that will be evolving in future months.
But that is a good question because we do know what's on the roadmap in the short term.
Yes, there are measuring tools, but not only just these.
There isn't a range. There isn't a laser measurer in the expert range yet. So I'll ask the question because that's curious. Because we do know there are going to be a few in the other categories.
Yeah,
not GLMs. Not yet.
If nothing that we currently have in the GLM range is an expert, if you read between the lines, it would suggest that there's something in the pipeline, maybe. And by pipeline, I mean maybe a year, 2 years down the line that may qualify as an expert product.
Oh, wow. Dave's workbench going to catch a flight. Well, I hope wherever you're going, you have a good time.
Yep. I hope the weather's better.
I haven't been outside for a while.
No.
So enjoy your flight, mate. Okay, so Ella, any more questions?
Yes, Radine has said a matte display would be better on the electrical testers.
Yeah, it's just because we've got really bright lights.
It's very bright in here.
In normal lights, that's fine if I'm not staring into the sun, so to speak. So.
Because you can see it from sort of more acute angles. You can twist it to the side to mitigate any reflection you may have on it. But yeah, in here we've literally got 3 huge lights pointing directly at us. Difficult it is not to stare into them constantly.
Right. I mean, if you're looking,
you're going to get a reflection in the studio.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. As you say, I have to align it up with where the camera's looking. But if I'm looking at it, it's not a problem. But good suggestion. Maybe as a premium, we could bring out polarized screens. Who knows?
Yeah, or literally just a matte or a satin finish, something like that.
Cool. Any other questions, Ella?
Yep. Well, a comment jumping back to the chainsaw. Someone has said, I recently purchased this chainsaw and it's a great tool.
Good. Yeah. I really like it. I think it's got great performance. I can see loads of different applications where it's just so much easier than using a full-size chainsaw.
Yeah, or a lopper or anything like that.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly.
It's just it's crazy. Yeah.
And last comment for now. Someone said the 2 of you should go onto a construction site for a week to work with these power tools.
I don't think I'm built for that. Well, I know I'm not built for that.
I am not an early riser.
Yes, so, I could safely say.
So if we can, that's why I'm fully charged up for the live stream, because about 5 p.m. I'm fully awake. So if there is night shift work, fine. Yeah. Save me having to go down the gym. I'll be more than happy. If you want to invite me to your site, as long as it doesn't have early starts, then feel free. In fact, actually, we were discussing earlier, the whole live stream team, we were trying to work out whether or not we should dare to invite some of you guys to our gaff, so you can see what we do on a regular basis.
That'd be good.
Maybe that'll be something we do in the new year again. If you would like us to have an open day, so we're going to invite you to our work first before we go to your jobs, feel free to pop it in the chat. Would you like to come and see the behind the scenes? Maybe some of you might want to be guests on the live stream. And if you do a good job, maybe I'll go to your job site if you pay me well.
I was going to say, if I was going to work on a construction site, it would be night watchman. It would involve donuts and lots of tea. Pretty much. But I'm still steer clear of the tools. Yeah. Lifting stuff is not my forte.
Okay, let me rephrase. How much are you going to pay us?
That's a good point. Should have started off with that.
That's it. If you're going to pay us good, because we are international celebrities now, so we would expect a overrider.
Oh yeah, right.
And only if we can bring Ella. Okay, because
200 brown M&Ms, I believe.
That's right. Yes, and Ollie and Rebecca. So you have to. We're a package deal. You meet our conditions, we'll come and make a mess of your job site. Okay, Ella. Any more comments?
No. Someone has just put in though. I'm from Australia. Would Bosch cover flights? Count me in if so.
No. We all fly to you.
You've got to pay for our flights, but yes, definitely come over. No problems at all. More than willing.
Hey. If you're really no, I'll stay there. It's end of year live streams, it's dangerous. Make a business case. Pop it in the chat. Why do we want to bring you? Who is that anyway? Who's asking? Is it Brimley?
That was Craig.
Oh, Craig. Craig, if you want to come from Australia, if you can make it worth our while, who knows? Who knows? But we are in close contact with the Australian team.
Oh, yes, we are.
And I've not been to Down Under. Yeah. I'd love to go down there. I'd love to go and meet our colleagues, because obviously there are the New Zealand and Australian trainers. We'd love to go down and meet them in their gaff.
Yeah, we bumped into Neil.
That's right.
Yeah, good.
Maybe if we could have a
Let's do that.
6-month sabbatical, just stay there for
Yeah.
a while. Maybe I'll take over. No, I can't take over his job. That's me. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Whatever. Any other questions or comments, Ella?
There has been one more question come in about the GIC. Will the GIC 12-volt 423 support a dual cam?
Oh,
Wait, the GIC 12 volt.
Yeah.
That will it accept what? Sorry, I missed the last bit of that. Will it accept what?
Or is there going to be a new GIC 12-volt model?
The inspection camera. They've got 2 models, the
4
4
and
and
the
5.
but they'll both take the dual camera, yeah.
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 Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll fit. It'll work. Because the actual switch is
It's on the cable.
it's on the cable, not on the machine.
Yeah, they use the same. They use the same cable fitment. The pseudo USB.
The camera's the same. The handset's different. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd argue if you are wanting to use it with the double camera, maybe the 4 is the right choice because the dual camera doesn't have or need the up is up function.
Yep.
And that is one of the main differences between the 2 models. The 5 has the up is up feature, so it rotates the
Yep.
camera when using the standard scope of supply cable. However, if you want to record video, then I'll still go for the 12E-5
Yes,
because
5-.
the 4 model doesn't record video.
Yeah, right.
Even
Yeah.
regardless of cable. So
Yeah.
feel free, choose whichever cable you want. All 3 or
Or
4.
if you already have the 4, then feel free to go with
But
camera.
all the cables, so the standard 8.3 millimeter, I believe it is.
8.3, yep.
They obviously are the same cable. They come in the standard packaging. The 3.9
3.9,
cable,
yep.
they work on both. The dual camera, okay, that works on both, as well as the 3-meter cable, which is
Yes.
again an 8.3 millimeter cable.
Yeah.
That works on both too. Okay, that's it. Cool. Any more questions?
Not for now, but Chris, the chat did
Uh-oh.
vote that you put your Christmas hat back on
My hat back on.
immediately. Well, it was
Get out.
60% of the chat.
60%.
Thank
of the
you.
chat.
Absolutely.
All right.
If
Well,
I've got to suffer, he has to suffer as well.
that's fine. I don't mind.
I say you still got your antlers on. So
Yeah.
that's good,
Well,
yeah.
we
There you
might. This might be appropriate because we're going to move into some machines that detect moisture. By the time we get to those ones, I'm probably going to be somewhat moist. This is-
Use the pin meter on your head.
That's right. Yes. We'll see how long this can stay on before I can't do it anymore.
Slides off.
Because, as you know, I run hot, and also we've got an amazing range of products still to come. And we're only, we're doing okay, but I don't want to be here too long. People need to eat their dinner. I don't know whether or not anyone else is getting hungry, because I always am. But we are nearly halfway through. Okay, so is that enough comments and questions? Ella, should we move on?
Yep, that's it for now.
Perfect. Okay, so while we tidy up the desk, I'm going to pass this over to you, Dan, to put it back on. I'm going to preamble and then also say, actually, Ollie, while you're there, let's bring up the last diagram showing the products that came out in September of this year. As you can see, we had a vast array of products coming out that we were very keen to bring out. The right angle drills, which we'll have a look at shortly. Some a concrete grinder, which we never had in the 18-volt range before. Some re-updates or updates to our 18-volt grinders, the GWXs now, so X-Lock grinders,
Yes.
800 watt and 1100 watt. We obviously had a number of other products that people were asking a lot about, such as the grease gun and the threaded rod cutter. Now, these are products that we could have brought out onto the live stream, but actually we thought we want to spend more time on some other products.
We actually covered those two in quite a lot of depth when it
exactly.
came to actually the T3 launch window. So if you want to know more about them, obviously head back to the live stream we did back in September, I believe.
That's right. Thank you, Ollie. So, and other things that we are going to discuss in a minute, which is probably the most important one, which is our new range of expert batteries and chargers. Okay, so there's a lot of really great products that just came out.
Yeah.
So again, if you want to see those in detail, we did a two-parter for this one. I
think we did, yes.
launch cycle,
Yeah, we had
because
to split it because there were so many
products. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be something that we're going to struggle with in the new year as well, because we're going to have so many products coming out next year as well. We're going to probably have to do part 1s and part 2s.
Yeah. So you're only seeing these as one-page illustrations, but for the next year coming up, it's 2 for each category, really.
Yeah.
So you're getting 2 of those sheets for our GT tools, our blue and a green tools. Vastly more in the blue range, obviously. We got a couple of sheets for our DIY products and our outdoor garden stuff as well. So vast amount of machines being released in 2026. So definitely watch this space.
That's right, yes. So getting into what we launched.
Love a lanyard, didn't you?
Well, I was going to say, these are some things that we were very surprised to see coming out. We had a number of drop control, or drop prevention, drop control lanyards. So this is something that Bosch hadn't got involved in.
No.
And this is just the beginning of a range of drop prevention accessories.
If you're going to have a competitive range with everything in it, you need this because it's a critical part of the health and safety working at height process.
Exactly, yes. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. Again, we did a comprehensive look at these products, what made it unique to us compared to what's already out there in the market. Knowing that this is already quite a mature market,
Yes.
we had the opportunity to take some learnings from what people have already done and make improvements so that we are coming to the market with something really fresh. So we had things like, who shall I start with? Probably one of these ones. So we've got Pro lanyards, so these are designed for 6 kilos. Obviously a double carabiner one, again designed for up to a maximum of 6 kilos. If you really had some heavy duty stuff, you could go to the Pro lanyard heavy. So this is up to 16 kilos.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably want to attach that to your scaff, not yourself.
You'd find yourself pretty rapidly following what you've dropped.
But if you are on a scaff and you're a scaffer, then maybe you'd only want to use something like the Pro wristband for using your impact guns and stuff. So if you're lightweight tools up to 2.25 kilos, for example, then you could just use the Pro cuff.
Yeah.
So a nice little range. Again, if you want to have a look at these in more detail, feel free to pop yourselves onto the appropriate live stream. Maybe we could link that in the low bar. But if you want to have a look at the lanyards in detail, have a look at that. But it was really good to show that another new range of products.
I really like the way they've developed the material and the elasticity to slow the machine down as it's dropped.
Yes. It's a careful balance between too much and too little.
Yeah. Of course, in the situations when you do drop something, especially a 16 kilo one like this, strictly speaking, according to the regulations, you dispose of your lanyard because it's designed to take a certain amount of drops. Obviously, best practice is to dispose of it after one. So these are not expensive because they're a health and safety item.
That's right, yes. But again, I just wanted to bring it out to show another entire new range of products. That again kind of came out of left field. We didn't have much heads up of these coming out, and then suddenly we've got a pretty good start to the range, but it's not going to be the only things we have.
No.
So feel free to support us. If you are someone working at height and you need to replace your lanyards, feel free to have a look at the Bosch Pro range.
To be fair, looking at these, at the price tag, the carabiner, I don't know how they've done it because that's a fantastically strong looking carabiner on there.
So my point there.
And you get a free lanyard with it as well.
That's right, yes, and you'll make me happy. So have a look at these lanyards. When it comes to some new products, we brought out, let's see if I've got one here, or you've got it on your side by the moisture meters, Dan.
I have.
This was only going to be very top line. We brought out a new GLM. Thank you, mate. So we obviously had all the, it's
tested 2 meters?
1.5 meters.
Is it 1.5
yeah. Okay, so I should have brought the old version, okay? So we've got here our GLM 40-31. We don't need a pop-up for that one, don't worry about it. So this machine here was a revisit on a very older machine, the GLM 40.
Yep.
Which
is about that tall.
Yeah.
And about the size of a matchbox.
That's right, and it obviously had a very dated look, if I'm being perfectly honest. It was a much older machine.
We're back to your 80s, 90s calculator display again.
Hey, energy efficient, it was fine.
Yes.
But the GLM 40, so laser measure up to a maximum range of 40, had loads of great features. It didn't have an inclinometer.
Nope.
That's when you've gone for the GLM 50 generation 1.
Didn't have a really particularly robust look and feel to it as well. More likely, if you did drop it, for it to cause damage. Whereas this sits along with the other range of laser measures that we do. Obviously, the 50-22s, the 25s and the 27s in red and green has the same robust housing as well. Right, so again, not only does it have really good grip feel to it, but if you did drop it, more than likely it will bounce.
That's right, yeah, 1.5 metre drop resistance, and again, the important upgrade to an IP of 65, making that fully dust sealed and able to withstand low pressure water from all directions. So
if you want to use it in the shower, you can.
You can.
With the voltage detector.
Yes, you can. Don't go swimming with this, but feel free to shower with it, of course. Yeah. Anything else I need to say? No, to be honest, again, we covered it in the live stream. It is a great product if you do not need the additional features or range of any of the GLM 50s. Yeah. So a good price fighter when it comes to a professional rangefinder. Thank you, Dan.
All right.
Okay, right, on to one of my favourite topics. Let's get them all out. What have I got here? Okay, so what else did we launch in the end of the year.
Well, this is a big one.
Obviously,
If I could have picked a full range of things for the favourite, this would be it. I think for both of us, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we knew it was coming. We knew about the products, obviously, but we knew that the range of expert batteries was going to come out first.
Yes.
And as well as the chargers.
It is important to note that it's not just a design change from Procore. There is massive amount of change taking place.
Yes, I didn't. Now we could have brought our demo box and to show all the different components, the cells and the internals. But if you really want to see that, feel free again to watch the live stream where Danny and I went into great detail explaining the difference between these batteries and our standard batteries. These batteries compared to our Procore batteries as well, making it very clear they are not the same. No. It's not a sticker. We've radically redesigned these batteries.
Maybe a similar size, maybe a similar weight. But
internally, we've completely redesigned the battery. Fundamentally, we can talk about the batteries that we have: a 4 amp hour, 5.5. Let me just check I put it in the right order. Yep, 5.5, an 8 amp hour, and now we've upgraded to a 15.
Yes.
So obviously, if you are familiar, the triple layer Procore 18V battery was a 12 amp hour battery.
Yes.
Now we've got 15. So plenty of runtime without getting unreasonably large or heavy.
The weight as well is a tiny bit more, but not noticeably.
I have no problems running 15 amp hour batteries in chainsaws and stuff, especially some of the larger machines, the angle grinders. Feels fine. Yeah. I don't have a problem.
The balance, in fact, with the heavier battery in between your hands, like in the chainsaw and the concrete saw, actually makes the machine a little more comfortable.
Yeah. But again,
the weight helps.
Yeah, but primarily, if you're wanting to run a 15 amp hour battery, typically that's going to be in something semi-portable, like a benchtop or a table saw. But again, as I say, I'm not the biggest, strongest lad. I have no problem running a 15 amp hour battery. Compared to what's out there in the market, you'll hopefully find that our batteries are the most compact and the lightest per amp hour. We call it energy density. Yes. It's one of the things we're really proud of.
Wattage per litre or something like that.
Exactly.
They measure it in the
Exactly. Feel free to prove me wrong. Okay, so point about the batteries, just very close, very top line. Again, we've talked about the 4 amp hour, the 5.5, the 8 and the 15. What we have done with these batteries is we've tweaked the internals a little bit, but most importantly, we have been very clever with our use of tabless cells. With the 4 amp hour battery, this is now a single layer of 5 tabless 21700 cells. Okay?
Yes. So previously in this particular one, again, 5 21700 cells, however, non-tabless and different cells as well.
That's right.
So this here would kick out 45 watts of power, called equivalent.
And yes, and we would say that that would be approximately, well, when the Procore batteries came out, we were saying that's going to be around 1600 watts recorded equivalent performance, maybe 2000 watts.
That was out of the dual layers, yeah.
Yes, that's right. So what? So 45 amps.
Yep, and 90 amps. Sorry, not watts. 90 amps. So that'd be 90, and then that was limited to 90 as well. But
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I have a few examples to make it easier for you, because we obviously have the Procore equivalents behind me. Okay. Again, if you want to have a look at what the difference is between the standard Procore 18V8, for example, the Procore Plus 8, so this one has tabless cells, and how that relates to, or how these three batteries compare against the expert 8 amp hour battery, you can see exactly why and how we explain how having tabless cells in this battery, plus all the internal changes, means we can now get 2,400 watts or 110 amps of current out of this battery. The advantage with this one, as Danny pointed out, the Procore got 45 amps, but this bad boy is 90.
That's 90, and that means that you can run your bi-turbo machines, our larger, higher output machines, can now run on a single layer battery. Doesn't have to have the dual layer battery. So you can pull 2,000 watts out of this.
And that would be more than enough to run a bi-turbo machine.
So your 12-inch sliding miter saw, you can run on that now. Or your concrete nailer. Again, you've half the weight of the battery. So you can run this on it instead. So it's actually made our bi-turbo machines, which did receive a little bit of criticism for the weight of the battery they had to attach to them, halved.
Actually, I can tell you what, actually, because I made a mistake when we did the live stream the last time, because I referred to this battery also as a 45 amp battery. But the product manager was very clear to say, no, 9, Chris, this is 48.
Right, okay.
But fair point.
Yes.
I want to make sure that I don't lie to any of our viewers out there that yes, the Procore 18V single layer battery wasn't 45, it was 48 amps of current. However, almost irrelevant now because this bad boy now delivers at 90 amps. 2,000 watts.
Oh, is it 94?
No, I've been told it's,
Definitely
90 amps.
Definitely 90.
So with the new line of batteries, you've got the 4 amp hour and which delivers, and sorry, the 4 amp hour and the 5.5 that both deliver 2,000 watts quarter equivalent.
Yeah.
But if you really want high power and runtime, we have the 8 and the 15 that delivers that 2,400 watts of corded equivalent performance.
If you are a lithium-ion boffin out there and you understand the K numbers for cells, K90 cell, K90 cell, K110 cell, K110 cell.
All good? Alice Clark, all good? Jawohl.
Yeah, I can see the keyboards are going and Google's.
Yeah, check that out.
Yeah.
But and again, just to be very clear, in our live stream, we do explain how these cells or these batteries are a mixture of tabless and tab cells where appropriate. We're not wanting to put technology into a battery where it's not relevant. For example, people said, why does the 15 amp hour battery not utilize tabless cells? The reason, in a nutshell, is this is triple layer. It does not require the benefits of tabless cell technology because we've got so many cells and current lanes that we can compensate for the heat buildup.
Yeah.
We don't need tabless cells to get performance.
If you're pulling 2,000 watts out of that, you've got 1,000 watts on each layer. If you're pulling 2,000 watts on that, it's split into 3. So it's never under as much load. So this can cope with higher without getting hotter.
Yeah, but we haven't got time to go into the
Doesn't
nerdy
need
science
the
of it.
tablets.
We did that already, so watch that live stream instead if you want to have a deep dive into our expert batteries. However, all you need to take away from it is if you want to run a high-powered Bosch product, whether it's an older bi-turbo machine, whether it's a new expert product coming out next year, now all you need to do is select any of the expert batteries and choose a battery with the appropriate amp hour that you want to get in regards to runtime. If you want lightweight, go 4. It won't impact your performance, you just have less runtime. If you really have a heavy energy drawing application, say SDS max chiseling, for example, continuous miter soaring, feel free to go for a 15 amp hour expert battery.
Yeah.
Easy. It's easy as that. So we'll pause for a second, Ella, because I see the chat is flashing by. We want to stop for some questions?
Yep, so we've had a question about the expert batteries. Are the new expert batteries protected against individual cell voltage drift?
Now this is, I neglect because we did have quite a lot of technical questions and I have not had the opportunity yet to ask some of the questions about cell balancing when charging and other things as well.
Exactly. However, there is built into these batteries a cell balance check. So you would hold the battery, I don't know whether you can see it on that camera there.
This is a battery health check, isn't it?
Health check. So this is a binary check. You're either going to get a good or a bad. I'll let you use the camera.
I'll do the close-up camera. So let's just cut over to the probe camera. I will just hold this button down. You'll get what we call a night rider. Oh, sorry. There you go.
There you go.
Okay, and then all the lights light up, which means it's done its own health check. It's checked all the cells and sees that they are all in balance. They're all balanced.
Yep. So 5 lights, it's good. Everything's balanced. 1 light
means
there's the potential for there to be an imbalance there, and it won't stop your battery from working, but it could indicate a problem later on down the line.
Yes, right, exactly. So you don't have to dispose of the battery. Feel free to carry on using it. Just be aware that there might, you may need to purchase a battery.
If it's within warranty, then send it in for warranty.
That's right, yes. There is going to be a change to our battery warranty and our charger warranty and some of our products as well.
Yes.
But for the time being, we're going to wait till it's fully in place next year. But be advised, there's a little cheeky teaser there.
Don't worry, it's good.
It's a good one, and you're going to be very happy next year with these warranty changes.
Yes.
But any other questions, Ella?
Not many questions for now. People have been talking in the chat about what Bosch product they're asking for Christmas.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Well, we'll find out what's on your Christmas list towards the end of this live stream, I'm sure. Okay, so that's the expert batteries. However, we didn't stop with just the expert batteries.
Oh, no, we didn't.
We also wanted to talk about our new battery chargers.
I'd actually like to address a mistake that I made.
Yes, we made them
in the last live
we
stream.
both made this mistake.
Both did.
That's right. Yes. In regards to the L-BOXX, right?
Yes.
Okay. So luckily, one of our super fans, We've met
did,
you.
yeah.
You know
Dean.
exactly
Yeah.
who we're talking about.
He's probably.
He was correct to correct us by saying that the L-BOXX that the new charger comes in is slightly bigger compared
Yes.
to the size 2, which is
Yeah.
what we immediately thought because we'd only just received the sample.
I tried to put it in our roll cabinet made by Sortimo, and it didn't fit. just.
It just fits. We'll show that. We can
Oh,
show
not on that one. No, I've got one of the older Sortimo
Oh, okay,
systems
fair,
out on
fair.
the other side.
Yeah. So
but
it's
it doesn't fit in that.
No, it's a slightly bigger box at. I can't remember the specs off the top of my head.
If Radine's in the chat, he'll know.
It's 358 174 106 millimeters, so it's slightly bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's bigger than a size 2. Okay, so what we've got here, I'm going to take it out of the box just so I can show it on camera. It comes supplied in this special L case that we're going to show later. But let me just pop it on the camera. What we've got here is the EXAL. So this is our expert charger.
Goes
This
with the
is
expert batteries,
18V-2. Uno dos. 3200. Or
Yeah, 320.
3200? No, sorry, 320.
Yeah, 320. Wow.
320. Whatever. It's already late. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
Falling apart already. So what have we got here, Dan? Well, it's probably the best charger we've made.
It's definitely the best charger we've made, and I think still it holds the moniker out there of being the fastest dual bay charger on the market.
Yes, fastest 18 volts, a parallel bay charger.
Yes.
I don't know if you've.
So very specific.
We have to be specific because
Yes.
otherwise someone will try and sue us. But yes, world's fastest currently, at least as far as I'm concerned, as of the launch of this product.
There's a lot of bailouts.
That's right. As far as we know, at time of launch, the world's fastest 18 volt double bay parallel charger.
Yes.
Why? Because this is a 2 times 16 amp charger.
Yes.
Charges both at the same time, therefore.
All separately, or at different rates, or on different settings.
That's right.
Fully customisable for each and individual bay.
So you're obviously not new to. If you're not new to Bosch, you knew we already had a 16 amp single bay charger.
Yes.
This is kind of like having 2 together, but a little bit smarter.
Yeah, a little bit better.
A little bit better, yes. So if the advantage here is what we always say, if you are running 2 to 3 batteries, irrelevant of how high draw machine you're running or what you're doing, there's a good chance that you will never be needing to wait for a battery to charge. You'll always be.
I think we worked this out before. If you had 3 batteries, 3 of the expert batteries, and 1 of these, then you would never run out of battery power because these would charge faster than you could flatten them, and you'd always have a spare. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, obviously you could have more. There's space in the case that we'll cover soon for 4 batteries, in fact. Yes.
Yep.
So.
I mean, again, we discussed it all in the live stream where we presented it. I think we technically did a sneak. Was it a sneak peek? No, we did it in the final, the live stream, the second one, the second part 2 of the products that we launched in September. Part 2. I remember that.
At that point, it was very close to launch anyway. So.
That's right. Yeah. So we were showing how each bay has its independent control, so you can select the different type of charging modes. So you have a boost mode, a fast charging mode, so a standard mode, and we also had a long life mode.
Eco
and you
mode,
can select those independently between the 2 bays. This obviously had the same active air cooling system version 3 that we've shown on.
I believe there's 2 fans. There's 2 fans in each bay, and because it's the batteries are more encapsulated in there as well, it actually funnels the air around the side of the batteries, past the cheeks of the battery here, where you have that thermoplastic elastomer, so it can it just almost like radiates the heat away from it. So yeah,
I mean, again,
very efficient cooling on this.
Yeah, so the expert batteries as well as the expert battery, and the expert charger when combined means actually you've got a really flexible battery system because not only with that active cooling system can you get your batteries cooler quicker so the charger can charge quicker, but actually the expert batteries themselves, due to some clever internal changes, means you can actually run and charge batteries on a wider window. So that's between -10 to 55 degrees. Yeah. That's actually a benefit over our previous batteries, which were, generally speaking, they had an operating, so using discharging and charging window where of 0 to 45 degrees. Yeah. So the new technology, new chargers, means actually you can charge quicker when your batteries are hot, and you can use your tools at much colder temperatures.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, Ella, I think we have smashed them with enough information for now. Have you got any questions?
Yes, so PF has asked if I could ask you guys, why did you not make all of the expert batteries tabless?
Hopefully I addressed it already because it's not necessary. 4 amp hour battery.
Yep.
Obviously, we wanted to make sure that's tabless because we wanted to have an entire range of batteries, even a single layer that could deliver 2,000 watts.
The 15 doesn't need it, obviously, because you've got the extra layer. And the 5.5, I think it would mess around with the...
Doesn't exist. The tablet cell doesn't exist for that.
No, it doesn't. So that's actually running a smaller cell, I believe.
It's threes.
It's threes, yeah.
Standard 21700 3 amp hour cells, I believe.
So it's fundamentally, mechanically, it's 6, but limited to 5.5.
So, I mean, again, we may be wrong, but our understanding is that there isn't because tabless technology starts at 4 amp hour cells. 4 amp hour 3.6 volt tabless 21700. Like all the numbers, I know them all. But there wasn't a 3 amp hour variant of that cell, at least not available to us.
Yeah, 21700 started at 4 amps.
Yeah,
so they don't do a less capacity version in tabless.
That's right.
Makes sense. Why would they take a step backwards just for one manufacturer? So
maybe they exist, but again, maybe they are not cost effective because the volumes are so low.
Well, they probably wouldn't be from one of the reputable manufacturers that we actually use for our cell development.
Yeah,
so.
but that's the basic reason, as far as we're concerned, that it wasn't a cell appropriate tablets.
Imagine going to Panasonic or other LG and saying, "Could I have one of your cutting-edge cells? Just make it a little bit worse."
Yeah, make it crap.
Yeah, make it.
If you don't mind. And as Dad points out, there's no point of adding the extra cost of putting tabless cells in a triple-layer battery where the benefit is not going to be felt by you. So we can keep the cost.
5.5 has to remain at a 5.5 due to Class 9 dangerous goods and overseas shipping for people that we work with, like International Search and Rescue, where they have to be able to jump on a plane at a moment's notice and know that they don't have to fill out countless paperwork to ship batteries. So they can run their bi-turbo machines on Procore batteries or expert batteries.
Hey, now we can suggest to those people and other people like it, take the 4 amp hour instead. Smaller, easy to pack, pretty much almost the same amount of runtime.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. It's we've been smart about it. We don't want to make the batteries unnecessarily expensive, and we've used technology to the best of our ability where it's available.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, and then one more question for now. What would cause my Procore battery to only charge to 3 out of 5 bars? Is this something to do with a certain tool being used or the batteries themselves?
I would say send that in.
I would say that that's probably not a cell issue, but it could be an electronics issue.
It'll be under warranty. Please just get in touch with us, send it back, let us do a quick check of it, and if there is a problem, which I think there will be, we'll just send you a replacement.
Well, they'll just try and charge it the same, obviously, as you had, and obviously if it doesn't come up with 5 bars or fully charged, or the capacity doesn't reach a minimum of 80%, then you get a new battery. If it's under warranty, no problem.
Easy. Next one.
That's all the questions for now.
Cool, okay. Then just to round off the last bit of this is the fact that the 2x18 volt charger comes in an L-BOXX, as Danny pointed out, with bays at the back here. There you are, that you can place even your 15 amp hour expert batteries into them.
Yep,
You'll notice that the charger itself sits in its bay here. It's got little places for the feet so it doesn't fall out, and also a little grommet on the side so you can run a charging cable.
Yeah, let's pop your batteries in. There you go.
Well, yeah, I'll pop one in just for illustrative purposes. You'll see here that there is a special little plastic catch that stops you from accidentally closing the L-BOXX when there are batteries in there, because you don't want to have the heat build up and potentially damage.
Well, when you're charging.
When you're charging, obviously. That can easily be lifted up to close. But we've also thought, we know what you guys are like. Even if you were to do that, luckily you can't accidentally close the box entirely when there's a battery charging.
And that's partly the reason why the actual battery sits at the front of the bay, so you get the same buffer on air gap.
Just to prove, 15 amp hour battery easily fits in the slots at the back of the case. What you want to prove that you can't close it even with that.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so obviously the catch there is if it catches the wind or whatever.
So it's still got enough of an air gap there
to
to
see. Yeah. Okay, so be careful. Obviously, if you purchase this box, why is it not closing? Don't ram it down. It's deliberately designed to have that. If you really don't want it, you can remove it, of course, but I wouldn't recommend that just in case.
No. Last thing you want to be doing is generating heat whilst charging the battery in a box that's not receiving an adequate amount.
I'm going to anticipate the next test, which is when are you going to design a charging box which you can keep closed and have some fans to keep it cool so you can maintain some level of IP protection. Don't worry, I know you're going to ask it. I've already thought about it. I've already asked the questions. If we get any information about making a closed charging solution, we'll let you know. Okay. So that's the expert chargers. That's the expert batteries. Let's move on to, I think you've got both of these machines.
I do.
More products.
Right.
So another entirely new product to our range. We did not have these in any format, corded or cordless. And Danny and I were very happy. I'm very happy. Why? Because these are absolute power beasts.
Yes, absolutely great bits of kit. These ones, I've even got a battery on there, yeah.
Right, okay, so let's put them on the desk first.
Yeah.
We have two different models here, and these are our GRDs,
Yep.
18V-127, okay, right angle drills.
So HX and just the 127.
Cor
127 HX, 127.
Correct. So HX for basically the tool-free accessory change, but I would imagine, and I'm going to leave it on the desk, I'll imagine the 3-jaw chuck variant is the one that many people, especially in the UK, are going to like the most, because that allows you to use any accessory that you would like.
Yes. I mean, this one, the Hex one is, I can't remember the actual dimensions. I think it's like 17/16 or something. No, only 17/16, that'd be ridiculous. But it's 11/16 or something like that for the actual accessory fitment. Tends to be over here. We don't have so much of that in the UK. However, it will fit in the 3-jaw chock. Obviously, that will fit multitude of.
Exactly.
So if you want to run like a ground auger or an auger bit, then this one will do it just as well as that one. Except that one is limited to only being able to do that.
Exactly. Right, so I'm going to drop this. Actually, I'll pass that back to you. You can pop that back for the time being. So we'll focus on this model, but now you know there are two variations depending on what accessories you want to run. Okay, so one of the main features that we have on this product is, again, the ergonomics. It's very narrow, ideal for using, particularly in between studs, for example.
Yeah. Okay,
the handle itself is designed so it's very comfortable to use. The product itself has 2 gears, okay, and delivers up to a maximum of 70 Newton meters of torque. So it's got loads of power.
I've never found this lacking in power at all. Every time I've gone to use it, it's torn through whatever I've needed it to. Be using a self-cut speed bit or a Forstner bit as well. So, yeah, great bit of kit. Yep. And I have tripped the kickback as well.
Yep, small, yeah, exactly. Small LED light here. Actually, I know you like it. Do you want to demonstrate the kickback control? Because this was the first machine to have the new 2nd generation of kickback control.
So we've got regular kickback control. There you go, regular kickback. We've also got a slow kickback. There you go. So it kickbacks. If that's basically if you're you lose your balance or you're being pulled around to a certain degree. I found that on ground organ as well, it's quite easy to lose your reference point where you started. So this will stop you before you get pinned up against a tree or anything. And also, my favourite one. Oh, what have we done? Battery off. No. I'm having a moment here.
Is it because it's directional?
Means the battery's flat.
Okay, let me pass you a...
I can have one of those batteries. There you go. Not that you'd ever do this. It also cuts out if you turn around as well.
Yeah, so these are now 2nd generation kickback controls. So it kind of it knows the angle at which you start your application. Yeah. And if you start to not lose control necessarily, well, lose control, yeah. You start to rotate even slowly, it will know that that's a bit odd, that's not normal, and switch off for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, a product that I really like because, hey, we know that there are competitors out there that have these type of products, and we were being asked, what do you offer? Hey, I'll tell you what, we offer probably one of the most powerful combis in the market, the GSB 18V-150C. That's a load of torque.
Look at the side handle on that, it's about that long. This machine is basically one massive side handle. With the drill attached.
Right. If you wanted something of a right angle, we obviously had the Flexi Click as well that delivers a good amount of torque as well, 64 Newton meters of torque. However, we knew that there was a certain amount of ergonomics involved, and we wanted to take the opportunity to bring out a product specific for those guys who want this style of right angle drill.
It's really nice to be able to get close up to, even if you're using it not necessarily for an application where you would need a right angle drill, you can get really up close to what you're doing as well. And if it takes a little bit more finesse or a little bit more delicate operation to do what you're doing, it's nice to have that access to get right there to it.
So the point here we're trying to make is, yes, we thought we had the right option for you, but we got sufficient feedback from all of you guys saying, actually, no, we want something more dedicated, specialized. There's lots of trades that use it, and we're like, okay, cool, we agree. Now you've got 2 models. So hopefully we prove that we do listen to you. Yeah. Okay, so right angle drills. What else did we bring out? Well, actually, this doesn't seem that exciting, but it is actually one of my favorite.
One of them in?
Yeah, I did. I actually really like this.
We've actually got quite a few of these in the workshop.
Yeah,
now.
I love these.
So pretty much, if there's any point at which you can hang one of these in the workshop, we've got one of them on there. It's basically a disco in there now at this point.
Hey mate, we're here late at night in the workshops. I'm having a rave. We've got so many great power boxes, radios, speakers, and this one is one of my favourite. Why? I don't know. I'll tell you in a minute. So this is the GPB 18V-1C. This is a Bluetooth speaker. So not like our other products where we have got
the DAB radio.
DAB radio, FM and all that kind of stuff. Essentially what we've got here is just a nice little small compact Bluetooth speaker. There are actually two variants. I forgot to bring the other one in there because this one is the normal one, and then you also have one that has a protective case on the back that gives it an IP rating, which means it's fine working in dusty and wet conditions.
Not the shower?
Not the shower. IP54, so probably
outside the shower.
Yeah, I reckon it's got a good effort, yes. But either way, IP protected from dust and rain. But the reason I like it is, despite the fact it's only got a single speaker, okay,
it's got passives in the side.
It's one that's got the radiators on the side. Despite the fact that it's only got a single speaker,
the sound quality is really good.
It is really good. If you combine this with any of the radios speakers that we've got that have the multi-speaker sound, such as the GPB
6. Something
or 18V8.
Yep, it's hybrid.
Dash 6 SRC or the C.
Yes.
Then you've got the ability to have an infinite number of these.
Oh, providing you can fit it within Bluetooth radius of the original speaker.
And that's there you go. And that's the reason why I've got so many in the workshop, because I can literally have 100 of them surrounding me in the office.
We could have it in the workshop one, which is 2 rooms to this direction.
Yeah, exactly.
And we could still have speakers in here playing the same music throughout the entire training centre. So
but as I said, I wanted to include it because, again, it's probably something that we're not going to spend a lot of time talking about, generally speaking, because it's just a Bluetooth speaker. But personally, from my perspective, I know how important it is to kind of alleviate the boredom of the 9 to 5, or if you work early in that. So I'm more than happy playing my horrendous 90s style.
Believe me, it's horrendous.
Grunge emo metal.
Reef. Every car trip.
Reef.
Just Reef all the time.
Yes, exactly. I can play all my music in absolute 360 surround sound, annoy everyone possible. And more importantly, the sound quality of it is so surprisingly good. I would almost trade in some of the more expensive radios just to have a couple of these, to be honest. So feel free, again, this is going to be an don't ignore this little Bluetooth speaker. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say there, because it was a great launch from the end of the year. Other than that, I think the product here is going to be one of your favourite ones.
Yes,
Dan.
it is.
I know that in the chat, this is a product that was very, very popular. I'm anticipating the follow-up questions in regards to, will there be another version of this machine coming out? Maybe we'll let you know. We've got time to let you know.
So hold on to that one a second, because I don't think we're supposed to show.
Yeah, I'll put that one to one side.
We'll put that one to one side. This is the one that we want to show next, which is the GSR 12V-32. Again, this was a very, very close contender for my favourite, largely because it's a similar size to my favourite tool from the last 2 years, but having that metal chuck on there as well has really elevated this particular machine for me as well. And not only to mention that, it has kickback as well.
Yes, it does. So this was the machine that we explained is replacing the GSR 12V-15.
Yep,
great model.
The brushed model.
Exactly, great model, but this is a great update.
Yes, it's such a nice feel in your hand. Same as most of the 12-volt ranges. In fact, the metal chuck doesn't detract from any weight from the machine. It feels more quality, if anything.
It's technically lighter than the 15.
Yes, it does.
It's improvements in technology. Brushless motor helps keep it lighter, but also gives you now that 32 Newton meters of torque.
Yeah, I mean, I know we had the GSR 12V-35, but I know this is a slightly lower number with slightly less torque, but I'd still go for this one. So power's not everything.
Yeah, and one of the things that is, I mean, watch the live stream again where we show you the comparison between the 15 and the new 32. One of the most obvious things is the fact that this is significantly smaller. Significantly
smaller.
Yeah, the 15 was 171 millimeters. This now comes in at 142. So if you're working in small spaces, which obviously you're going to be doing because that's why you bought a 12 volt, then this is even more compact.
Yeah. There you go. You can trip the kickback just like that, just as a demonstration. But there you go.
So you might. I think we had
kit.
some comments saying, "Oh, why do you even need kickback protection on such a small machine?"
It's got quite a high torque to it, and
Enough
when
torque.
thing is, it's not like the kickback situation gives you any time to think about it either. It doesn't take much twist in your arm to cause that radius and the ulnar bone in your arm to twist over, hit each other, and they're very brittle when it comes to sideways impact. So
Well, we saw
something like this can really damage your wrists.
Well, we saw some comments in the videos after the live stream, where was one individual saying, "I don't see the point of it," and then actually there were some of you guys that came in and actually said, "Do you know what? I've had it kick back in a very small space, and because you have to go into awkward places, you're not in your most structurally strongest position. It's very easy to lose control." And someone even said, "Actually, I can see how kickback control would really help prevent causing damage to whatever you're working with or hurting yourself, especially when you can't see or control the drill as much as you would if you're in better conditions, in better circumstances."
Interestingly, I was talking to the team over in Germany. I think you were there as well, when we asked about the reason why they put kickback on it, and they told us the manufacturing costs for building it without kickback is exactly the same manufacturing costs as building it with kickback. It's a no-brainer at that point, isn't it? Then you put that safety feature in.
Yeah, absolutely. And more importantly, as you say, Dan. Yep, agreed. However, it feels great.
It's a lovely bit of kit. Yeah.
Feels great. So if you
pop that on there as well,
I guess I could. So if you are in the market for a really nice 12-volt drill driver, then look no further than GSR 12V-32.
Yeah.
Ella, I can see you have got some questions.
Yes, I do. So the first question is, does it have a little pocket clip like the last model?
yes.
Yes, it does.
Yep.
We tend to not put it on there because
They don't stand particularly well on the stands that we use in the training centre, but it does have a little pocket clip that fits on the back here, so that you can clip it on your belt. I remember these used to come with a holster, which was pretty cool. But I think I've got one of them knocking around in the storeroom. But
if for whatever reason you do not already have our belt system,
oh yes,
then maybe consider having a look at some of our nylons as well, because they will fit beautifully in some of our pouches.
You know, I class that as workwear, and I'm kind of disappointed that no one's mentioned workwear yet.
Well, I have heard a rumour that Marcus uses it, so at least what's his preaches? Whatever. He
practices
what
he preaches.
he preaches, and he's got the belt system, and he swears by it too. So. Lovely little product to stick into one of the GWT pouches, I believe.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's it. They're lovely.
So I think maybe we need to revisit that, because in conjunction with the new L-BOXX Contractor system, which, as you hopefully know already, we've shown you before, you have the ability to clip on your belts clips onto the contractor
Or maybe
boxes.
we can do something so far as the nylon systems, because it comes backpack for the contractor kit as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But we'll mention that in a bit.
Okay, Ella, any more questions, please?
Yes. Does the new 12-volt drill have a new improved form of bi-turbo motor, like a mini turbo?
Bi-turbo doesn't exist for the 12-volt range, mainly because we haven't got, we don't, for bi-turbo it has to reach the criteria of 1100 watts performance.
You also
or power,
need the batteries to run
power.
a system like that.
Yeah, and we don't have any higher output batteries currently, say that, in the 12-volt range. So
no is the answer.
No,
we don't yet. We don't plan to yet.
It would be nice if the battery tech did go up a level. It would be nice to see some of the slightly higher torque impact wrenches and impact drivers as well added to the 12-volt range, because they're the ones we've got currently have been around a little bit.
Yeah. On this note, in regards to the whole topic about bi-turbo, or maybe you want to call it mini turbo.
Mini turbo.
So bi-turbo, you'll find actually bi-turbo is going to be rolled into the Expert product range. So you'll see many products within the Expert range that will feature bi-turbo technology.
Yep. They won't have the bi-turbo label that you've come to recognise, but they will have it on the stripe down the handle.
That's right, yes. But who cares? Because now
all of the Expert batteries will run all of the products and the Expert product as well.
So we don't have to worry about explaining which batteries you should run. Expert tool equals Expert batteries. You get the best performance.
And an Expert battery with any of the other tools is always a good upgrade.
Always. Any other questions, Ella?
Yes, PF has said all we need now is a flexi-click version of this tool.
Stay tuned.
When you watch the video back later, wind back about 5 minutes.
He did add on wink, wink.
Yes. Yeah. That one? Yeah. Yeah. I think we've tempted it about 4 times now. Not only in this live stream, but one of the previous live streams as well.
Stay tuned. If you are still watching this live stream, in some time, you might be rewarded. On that note, actually, is anyone available in the studio to grab some attachments for said machine?
They're the same as the other attachments.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. I think we've teased a little bit too much. Okay, so Ella, any more questions, please?
One last question for now. On your website, there is an expert plunge saw coming soon. Will it have any improvements, or is it just a rebrand?
I think we can tease by saying stop control, kickback control.
Yes. Safety features rather than changes with specification. I think that's the safest way to go. I was a little bit disappointed to find that we're not going with a bigger blade. I know that's going to be a bit of a kick in the teeth.
And I get it. Some will disagree. I think the 140 blade's good, but I have been convinced as well that it's useful in the undercut, for example.
Yes, you do get less of a curve to the cut, and if you're cutting for a basin, a sink for a kitchen worktop as well, gives you a cleaner cut.
So I've been educated
You've
on
converted.
I've been educated on why is there benefit in some cases having that extra depth of cut if you're working in deeper material right to the edge. But to be truthfully honest, because that's what we want to be here, no, it's not going to be a deeper depth of cut.
No.
Okay. But the kickback control and the stop control might be interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions, please?
No more questions for now, but just a comment from me. I just want to remind everyone to put in your favourite tool in the poll because we'll be reading out your answers shortly.
Of course, she keeps banging on about it, doesn't she? Probably better get on and do that.
Okay, right. So we're going to go into another range of products, another new range of products. I'll pass that to you. Actually, you've got them again.
I've got them again. Oh, I'm doing a lot of off-screen work this time.
So again, a new range of measuring tools, so a new category of products. We did have some similar products that came out quite a while ago. We had the GIS 1000C, so an infrared scanner that was useful for working out room temperature, surface temperature, had a hygrometer as well to work out room humidity. Okay, so it was a useful tool, an all-in-one device. However, we have decided
it was quite a pricey device as well.
It did quite a lot.
And because it did so much, it was quite complicated to actually master that device as well, wasn't it? Although it is a good all-round machine, it does take a little bit of training to get your head around it.
All right, so let's have a look. Let's just get them on camera just to show you the entire range. So what we've got here is our brand new range, only just come out really, of thermal and ambient products.
Yes, a completely new sector for us as well.
That's right,
We haven't done before.
So starting off with the first one, and again, I'm only going to be very brief because if you want to look at these in more detail, then feel free to watch the live stream where we cover these ones. So the first one here we've got is our GDH 1-17. Okay, this is a thermal hygrometer. So this
digital hygrometer.
Digital hygrometer. This obviously does temperature and humidity and a number of other features as well where we go through it. So you're able to change different settings on that one. I've set this one on a low brightness. So let me just change the brightness. Brightness, medium, high. There we go, cool. So maybe that might show, otherwise I'll show you the close-up camera. Okay, so you can cycle between 2 different settings. So you can have air temperature, and then you can cycle through all the different modes on this one. Let's set it for relative humidity, and then we'll tweak this one to do dew point. So this has lots of different settings to help you understand room temperature and humidity.
And this will obviously give you the general idea of whether mould is likely to be formed in this area as well, taking into account the temperature and the humidity.
An ideal product if you, say for example, have a wine cellar, you're looking after archives, a library or anything like that, where obviously temperature and humidity may damage whatever you're looking after, even if you're just doing something as simple as looking after a storeroom.
Wine cellar.
Hey,
honestly, how the other half live.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Not myself. Who knows? Maybe there's some. Okay, brewery.
Brewery, yes.
Yeah. If you're,
yes.
Yeah. Obviously, if you're making, so it's a great product. I mean, again, if you're a HVAC engineer, for example, you may need to know at least some understanding on whether or not you're getting necessary cooling. If you're getting
adequate ventilation.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So, if you're looking for those kinds of bits of information, then a thermal hygrometer with the GDH 1-17, then this is a great product for you. 2 pin meters. So these are GMPs.
Yes,
what's
that's
first
the
one?
first one there. So this is the GMP 1-13. One, because it's the first one we've had, or this is the first generation that we've had. This is obviously a pin meter that is a little bit more destructive in its way of measuring moisture in materials like wood, plasterboard, stuff like that. This does just have the pin meter.
That's why it's the one, because the number is how many sensors. This one has the one sensor, so the hygrometer, which also does the temperature as well. This has just the pins.
Yes.
So let's skip this one because we want to show another machine.
Exactly. So this is the next one in the range, which is the GMP2. So the second generation in this particular sector, 1.5. So the GMP 215. 1 will be the first generation there, and 5 is the feature set. So we'll have 3, 5, maybe 7 if there's another machine that comes later on in the market. Now this one here has the pins on the front there, so you'd place that on the material and that would give you a moisture reading. But we also have a hygrometer built into the top of the machine here as well. So this will give you your ambient temperature and your surface temperature or moisture within a material as well.
I haven't used the close-up camera in a bit, so let me try that. Let me bring it over so I can show you what Dan's indicating. Obviously, you can see there is your the pins on the top.
I turn it on, Chris.
Yeah, I'm going in, look, and then you can see that sensor in the middle. That is your hygrometer. So let's actually switch it on.
Okay, go.
And we've got a bit of wood here. Number 2, I think that was pine.
I have wood.
European pine. There you go. I'll let you pass it on to you, and you can just show.
There you go. It's not so easy to show from there, but so if I just literally probe that into the material, you don't have to push it in too far, but that comes up as a moisture reading of, I'm going to read that upside down, 9.6.
9.3.
9.3, sorry, yes.
If I go to the menu, let me
Upside
just...
down again.
It's okay. I need to... we've turned the screen brightness off for normal use. We need it higher for... Yeah, so we get into the close-up cam.
There you go.
There we go. I'll just have to adjust this very quickly. There you are, 9.3. So
Yeah,
based on the setting that we use, which is European pine, that's within 12%, so we're happy with that.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, actually, yes, while I'm there, sorry, just to point out again, if you look at the top of the screen, and I've got like a light on this, the probe lens there, but you can see at the top, because we have got the second sensor, we can see that the humidity here is about 62% at 23 degrees.
And the temperature?
I think if I hold that longer, the humidity is going to go up and more, because I've still got my hat on, and I am producing some... Oh, no, it's gone down, so I'm okay.
Oh, no, it's back up again.
It's going back up again, yeah. So, hygrometer, and also the pins as well.
Yes.
So great combination. If you're a woodworker, for example, again, you might have a store, and obviously you would want to know whether or not your wood is suitable for use.
Yes.
But you might also want to know what the ambient conditions of your storeroom are. So this is a great 2-in-1.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
The third product.
Yeah, the third one we have here is the GMM 1-15. So not the base feature set of this machine, but this is a pinless moisture meter. So this one, in fact, there are no pins on the top here. On the back, you have this pad here. So to simply check the moisture of a material, you go through the system and set the material that you're checking, whether it's ash, larch, beech, whatever wood it is you're checking. If I turn that on there, all you simply do is pop it straight down. If I
Set to what we've got here, which is an example of some drywall. Should already be in there. There we go.
drywall, there you go.
Yeah, I'll take it over to the close-up cam. Let me just change the setting to make the screen a bit brighter so we can see. And I'll bring it over and essentially just place it on top of the drywall. So back to the close-up, and here you go. 1.6. That seems perfectly fine.
Yep.
Okay, it's as simple as that. Take it away, done. So again, if you don't want to damage the material, as Dan points out, if you've got something delicate or expensive, you don't want to put holes in it, and you're willing to accept a little bit more variance because it's not going to be as accurate as pin, but it causes no damage.
Turns out if you touch the sensor, it reads your moisture in your skin.
It does. Let's have a look here.
Just want to check. Hang on, I've got the perfect one here. Take your hat off.
No, that's too moist. Through the hat will be fine.
40% humidity.
Moisture. On 40% moisture right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, 4 different models within the range to meet a pretty good start to the range.
Yep.
However, we're not going to end there, and I think we've already teased the expert product. So if you want a single device that has all the sensors, then you may want to wait for the expert product, the EXMM, that will be coming out in the new year. So that's the EXMM3-17.
Yeah.
So look forward to that.
So these products would be absolutely perfect for, I know, estate agents when they go in and they do a quick cursory check of your building, your home that you may be selling. They tend to go around and stick pin meters in walls. I wouldn't like that particularly much. So something like a contact plate like that you can just place on the wall does not interfere with the structure of the wall or the finish of the wall at all.
Correct, exactly. So
Real advantage then.
yeah, so I think again we've come out into the market with again a completely redesigned product, very nice and ergonomic, IP protected. So again, quality and smarts that you'd expect from Bosch Professional. So okay, Dan, or maybe we'll go to Ella to see if we've got any more questions before we get into the final launches of the year.
Yeah.
Any more questions, Ella?
Yep, so just a question on these measuring tools. What battery system do they run on? Are they integrated?
Before I put them back, I shall show you. So in the back of this one here, we're running with just AA batteries. However, the 3.7 volt lithium ion pack that fits into our laser measures also fits into this as well. So you can use it on a lithium ion pack. You simply tighten it in with a little screw at the top, and then you can charge it by USB-C. So you don't have to take it out again.
Yeah, I think it's the BA 3.7.
Yep.
There's two versions of the BA. There's the extra large BA, which is for the larger lasers, the crossline lasers. But this is the same one that uses the GLM battery packs.
I don't actually have it in any of these ones. So
No, it's fine.
no.
But
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we covered it in a previous live stream. But yes.
yes, because we did a live stream on just these. And
Yeah. Ella, any more questions, please?
No more questions for now.
Okay, cool. Right. Okay, so
let me pop this back.
we're going to talk about the L-BOXX Contractor. Now, we showed you the three-piece set in a previous live stream,
Yep, sorry,
but there were a few things that we didn't have available at that time. So we have the option here to show a couple bits of the contractor box that we didn't have during the live stream. There are obviously three parts to the kit. They got the main section, which is the 476, which is actually the wheels and the big box at the bottom with the handle. Then you've got the second set, which is going to be a slightly bigger, 322, and then the smaller one, the 170. Now, something that we had, but we didn't have, I don't believe we had to show on the live stream.
We didn't at the time,
We
no.
had some more of the attachments. I think we showed videos that we filmed of the other parts. What I've got is one of the sections. So this, I'll pop it on quickly. Okay. What you've got here is you've got the Contractor Rack 2. Okay, so now you can see we have got two trays that will accept your standard L-BOXX sizes, basically your size 1 and 2, but you can technically squeeze in the battery charger one if you use the bottom bay.
That does fit in there. But yeah, simply these pull straight out, as you'd expect. Now they're roller trays as well, these, so they do glide nicely out of there.
Smooth,
And then simply this locks down onto there, lock it in, push it straight in, and you've got these little clips that go across there to prevent them from falling out. You've also got holes at the top there on either side, which you could drop a nail through or a block through or anything like that. Would just prevent them from falling out. So they're locked in there nice and snugly.
That's right. Again, that's really useful for us as trainers because we take a lot of our demo boxes using the L-BOXX system. I'm sure that's the same for you guys as well. That despite the fact if you do have the contractor set, there's probably quite a few products that are still going to sit in the L-BOXX.
Yes.
Maybe you've got fixings, they're using the LS-BOXX system, and you want to have all your screws and your all your bits and bolts, your bits and your bolts,
And your bobs.
screws and your screws all in an L-BOXX, so you could use that as part of the contractor system. Obviously, don't forget the Contractor is fully compatible with the L-BOXXs anyway, so you can just simply clip them to the top as well. However, there is an additional accessory that I'd like to show that we have. Dan's got it on the floor there.
I don't. It's
which
filled
is
with
the Contractor crate. You can leave everything in it, it's fine.
I won't do. I'm just trying to take the nailer out of it. Cause, there you go. So turn it around so you can see the Bosch branding on there. So this is the crate.
Yeah, okay.
That's pretty much it.
The end. Moving on.
Yep, it's a crate.
Yeah, it's got all my little.
It's got all the
bits in it.
metal fastenings for the. There you go. You can move it around without making such a racket.
I'm just going to dump it on top of the Contractor so you can see again. It uses the same fitment mechanism. Okay, and then obviously to release this type of drawer or this one, you simply push that down and it comes out. With the normal Contractor boxes, if you haven't seen the live stream, it's a simple one handle and unlock, so you can easily lift that up and away. Now, we've only had the Contractor for a few months, and Dan and I have used it exclusively to do all of our transportation of tools.
Yeah.
In fact, I put everything into just the 3-piece kit and this drawer system for our demo boxes. That's all I've needed. It's a great bit of kit because I'm lazy and I want to get just like how you guys carry your shopping back from the car, I
All
put
in one go.
everything in one go. I'm not interested in doing more than one run. That's you, like me, you need to get one of these.
Yeah.
Ella, questions?
Yes, so Dan, Radine actually wanted me to let you know that it can fit regular L-boxes if you put them on their side.
Yep, perfect. Yeah.
There's a little bit of, there's enough flex
Yes.
in the actual Contractor boxes. There's still IP64. Sorry, 65, IP65, but they've got enough flex in the box so they are not brittle, so they've got a bit of flex, that's good, you don't want it to break, but it still keeps the seal strong.
Yeah. I knew Radine would be there.
Good.
Hey, Radine.
Cool. Yeah, it was good seeing you at the last couple of events. It's been good
Yeah.
seeing a lot of you guys from the chat come and see us at some of the events. It's always nice to meet you. So if we haven't met you yet, feel free to come and see us next year because we're going to have even more events, more Pro Tours.
There, far more Pro Tours, a few more days as well. Yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah.
Okay. On that note, there was a question in regards to one of the machines that was launched last year. That was our GTS 18V-70, which had the new guard on the top with the dual extraction.
Yes.
And there was obviously one of you that come and asked me the question, is it compatible with the old one? I've been trying to get in touch with you. Unfortunately, that guard will not fit with the old 18-volt table saw.
No, I think
Slightly
it was
different.
down to the riving knife is a different design. So and the guard is fitted to the riving knife. So then, we can't, we can't advise on modifying a machine outside its original design parameters because that's what it was signed off for legally.
That's
so,
right. But this illustrates a really good reason why it's, if you can and you want to, it's always great coming down to have a chat with us because if you've got any really difficult questions, feel free again to ask us on the live streams or if you can, ask us in person and we'll try our best to answer your questions despite the fact that it's taken a little bit of time to remind myself, to remind you that unfortunately that's not going to work for you. Okay, Ella, any more questions, please?
Yes, someone has asked, do you have an update for us when we are going to get a sliding out drawer on the wheel box of the L-BOXX Contractor?
They want for the bottom.
We're only dealing with the first wave of Contractor at the moment. Haven't heard word one about the second wave or maybe even the third wave of Contractor.
When we talk to the Sormo guys, they are already aware.
They're very keen to.
We had obviously the Pro
push this forward.
experience. That's the first opportunity that people got to see the Contractor boxes. So that was our dealers and our users and influencers. And I can reassure you that that was one of, if not the most requested feature to be added. And they've obviously, they're not arguing. They're like, yep. So I reckon we'll see that in the next wave.
You can always check out the Sortimo website, BA Systems, who we work very closely with when it comes to the Contractor set. If Sortimo do it, it's not a big jump or leap to do it in a different colour.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the advantage because obviously you don't want to have to unload all the boxes on top to access the bottom. So I would expect that that is going to be something that they should hopefully bring out.
Yes, yeah, it would make sense. Yeah.
Any more questions, please, Ella?
Yes, there was one more question for you guys, and it is, when are you coming to Scotland?
Oh, I haven't been to Scotland for a while now. Went over, was it a couple of years ago now, for doing a bit of training up there. Beautiful, beautiful land up there.
I think they're adding some more stops to the truck tour, so I think there's going to be some more
hoping
up north.
there will be some up north, yes. Yeah.
But I mean, hey, invite me up. I don't mind. Get me out of the office. Get me some fresh air. Make me a business case. Pay me.
pay me.
Pay me and I'll come up there. No, of course. Okay, just as a reminder, if you have any comments in regards to our straw poll, in regards to what tool of the year you think is best, there is a link in the chat, so you can go there and quickly make your comments and then come back to the live stream, obviously. At the end of this live stream, we're going to announce what we think is the best product of the year. Or Ollie, should we, was it too late already? Should we just do it now, shall we? Okay, so let me look over to my little monitor.
I figured that was it's an overwhelming majority.
Okay, let me get
well,
well, there we go. Let me get them on screen. So, first off, it looks like you have voted for the Expert batteries being the product of the year. I will not disagree with you. I think the Expert batteries is probably the most important thing that we have brought out this year. It's not technically a tool, but I completely agree.
Well, what's the cordless tool without one? At the end of the day.
What's the point? The Contractor, obviously, we know that that was going to be a popular one. You came in there with, so it's 22% had voted for the batteries. We had just over 12% voted for the Contractor set. Doesn't surprise me as well, because we know that everyone had been banging on. They want a new storage system. They wanted something better than just the standard L-BOXXs, and you were right to demand it. And
It's nice to know third goes to the GSR 12D-32. Again, really new to the range, but wow, really good machine.
And lastly, just under 7%, should have been more, was one of my favourite choices of the year, which was going to be the new range of 18 and 22 hammers. So the GBH 18 V-18, 18X, 22 and 22X as a nice lightweight rotary hammer with that one chuck system. Makes perfect sense. Great choices. So I mean, it looks like we're all in agreement. We've got some smart people in the chat. Why? Because you agree with us. If you agree with us,
you're smart.
You're smart. That's the rule. So again, just as a reminder, why do we think the Expert batteries are the best choice? Simply put, the fact that now you can run any of our machines on any of our Expert batteries and still get maximum power means that that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Even when you want to go as simple as a low capacity 4 amp hour battery, but outputting still 2,000 watts.
All of our high performance machines take all of our high performance batteries.
Cool. Makes it easier for us as trainers, because we can just say, hey, especially when we move into next year, Expert product, Expert battery, Expert accessories, you're going to get the best performing solution.
Basically, cheap way in to buy turbo or high powered machines as well. So you don't have to spend more money on a larger battery.
Absolutely. Ella, any questions, please?
No questions. I just wanted to add that we had 90 votes overall. So yeah, thanks to those that got involved.
Fantastic.
And it's great to hear your thoughts as always.
Now, it's important to note, over in Germany, obviously all the product managers, these things are their babies. All right, so I'm going to send this information back to the product managers, and they're going to be very happy, especially Lisa would be very happy.
Sitting over the moon.
That her batteries have come up top, the most popular choice in the UK. But I'll make sure all the other product managers are aware that their products have been well voted on. I'm sure there's a bit of competition over there, and they'll be happy to know which products you liked best from the year. What can we do next? Well, we've nearly reached the end of this live stream, but there's something we still want to do, and we want to reward all the people that are still watching us live. We want to have a look, a very sneak peek at some of the products that we're going to be bringing out in the new year. So let me quickly tidy these to one side. Now I've got this one here.
Have you?
Now I'm not going to spend too long talking about this because we don't want to get into too much trouble, but I have got permission to do a sneak peek on a number of products that will be coming out next year. Now I'm not going to tell you exactly when they come out, you'll find out, but hopefully, I say hopefully these are tools that you've been wanting.
Yes.
First one I want to bring out here is we are going to be bringing to the market a brand new 18-volt wall chaser.
Yes.
Now the name, again, this has got to be top line because we don't want to spoil the surprise next year. We want to obviously be able to do the live stream next year on these products, but this is going to be the GNF 18V-40. So that's going to give you a maximum cutting depth of 40 millimeters and a maximum
cutting width of 39 millimeters.
Exactly right. Outstanding dust extraction.
Unstoppable would be a good word to use with this particular machine. We've both used it. It didn't slow down the cut at all. The harder you push it, the more it eats.
That's
it's
right.
a great bit of kit.
Why is this important, and why do I want to show you this? Well, we don't have a wall chaser in the UK. There are corded variants in Europe and around the world, but for whatever reason, the UK market didn't have one. I'm so happy that we're going to have a wall chaser, and also an 18-volt one, and more importantly, a machine this good.
Yeah, it's so comfortable to use as well with the dual handles.
Yes, very comfortable. Battery placement makes it very ergonomic and balanced.
Dust extractor is very good as well, because that's well out of your way when you're using it.
Even the handle design is extremely comfortable. Right, I've sneaked a bit too much on that one, so let's skip on to another one. This one is down by my side, but I'll pass it to you, Dan.
You've got all of them in there. This one, I'm quite taken aback by this one. Love this little bit of kit. So here I have a tiny vacuum cleaner.
Ah, it's beauty.
It's the Gas 18V-6LS. So this is an L-class extractor, or not extractor, vacuum cleaner.
Dust extractor?
Yeah, dust extractor is fine. So we've got a little cabinet there. We can pop in the big 15 amp hour battery without any problems at all. 2-speed motor, all of the attachments, lightweight, 6 litre gross weight in the, or gross
Bucket.
capacity in the bucket. Fully filtered. I think it's a HEPA on this one. No, it'd be,
Yes,
an
no
L,
class,
it'd be
no
an
class.
L-class filter. Super stretchy hose on
Yep.
this as well. So
it's-
again, it doesn't take a lot to sort of tuck it away and keep it nice and...
See, I like that. It seems like a subtle thing. Obviously, it's nice and lightweight, so obviously you can wear it as a strap.
Yep.
Yeah, but the hose is the biggest change. We haven't had one of these, so this is extendable from 0.5 meters up to 2.8.
There you go.
So it stays nice and compact, so you have to wrap it around the machine.
There you go, you take that. That's still going. Sorry, Ella.
So my point here, making it's a really nice compact.
No one's
lightweight
arms are that
L-class
long,
strap.
are they?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'd wear this. It doesn't weigh anything at all. It weighs 4 kilos. The battery's most
Yeah.
of the weight, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
It does actually have a blower nozzle here as well, so you can switch over the. Oh, there you go.
it's just got.
it all fits
smart.
in there.
Everything fits in it beautifully. This is a semi filter cleaning.
Yep.
And it has 2 speeds as well.
Yeah.
Great little product. That's all
Don't
I need to say.
want to go into it more depth. We'll do live streams on these in the next
Yeah,
year.
don't you worry. When it comes closer to launch, or when it's launched, we will do a nice deep dive into these products. Now, getting on to probably the product that you're most excited by.
It's passed across your screen about
Well,
4 times already.
Now, I'm
today.
going to pass this to Dan, and I'm going to go grab something else that makes it very important.
Yes, you need those as well. So, we looked earlier at the GSR 12V-32. This is one you've been crying out for quite some time now. This is the FC model. Obviously, same as the other FC or FlexiClick models, the chuck comes off. The beauty of that is, you buy this version here with the metal chuck, you can fit that with all of the FlexiClick attachments that you already have. So you can pop on the 1/4 inch bit holder, the offset head fits on there as well, with the pull twist. We take that back off again, and then we can fit the right angle head. We can also then fit back the metal chuck. And of course the metal chuck will be available as an optional accessory, so you can upgrade the old one if you wanted to the metal chuck.
But why would you buy this one? Why? Because it's so much better, because the
Yes.
base model's a 32, so you've got kickback control, higher torque, shorter length, all of it.
Yep, absolutely brilliant. So we know how much you like the 32 FC. Oh, again, easy.
Yeah. And obviously, more importantly, the ability to add on the SDS Plus attachment, making this into a nice compact SDS hammer with maximum drilling diameter of 10 millimeters, 1 joule. It's a great machine. It's a great machine, guys. I know we don't have a dedicated SDS hammer
Yet.
but in the meantime, this is a great choice.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So you asked for it. We've teased it. We can't go into too much detail, but I hope you're happy that
I
yes,
think there's not much more detail we can go into, is it?
that's it. No.
Yeah.
But there we go.
All of the bells and whistles, all of the kickback. What do you want?
All right, so if you're in the market for a new FlexiClick and you are willing to hold off just a little bit of time, I think you will be very happy very early next year to have access to the new GSR 12V-32
Yeah, so
FC.
this is the replacement for the 15 FC that we had previously. So this will be kitted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another sneak peek. I'm going to take the one on your desk.
Ooh.
Very quickly, we have got some new small angle grinders. Now, this might not seem new to you because we have had a GWS 18V-11 and a GWX X-Lock 18V-11. It was the S's and the non-S with speed control. However, what we've got here, and we know that this might interest you because we saw some people that really like the new Expert machine that has a rotating handle coming out next year. This is another model that will also be coming out next year with, as you can see, the ability to rotate the handle. So I got criticised last time because I had the handle the wrong way when I used the large angle grinder. So there you go, guys. I know that the handle needs to go up here. Okay, so large and small angle grinders with the rotating handle. So excellent if you want to use it for cutting and grinding to make it more comfortable. And as you can see, as easy as that.
Yeah.
So these are going to be the GWS 18V-11 PS, with paddle switch and speed control on the back, and they will all have the rotating handle as standard as well. So if you were in the market for a angle grinder but want a few little extra features for ergonomics, then coming out next year, a rotating handle 1100 watt small angle grinders.
Yeah. And if you haven't adopted the X-Lock system yet, quite frankly, why not? Because it's
If not, why not?
Doesn't compute with me, unfortunately. We do have it in a standard M14 fitment as well, with that rotatable handle. So for cutting, you put the side handle on the wrong side of this one. There you go. So you can rotate it either way. So complete 180 degrees, stop it in the middle for grinding. Yeah, like the same.
Okay, last one. Just turn my back to you, so I'm just going to quickly access it because we've hidden it at the back of the room.
Oh, you have.
If you need some more sight lights, if our GLA 18V-H-750 is not enough, you need some more light, although not necessarily brighter, but maybe a bit more convenient, we have our new GLT, so tripod light. This is the 18V-5000.
Light tower.
We're going to stay in shot? Just about.
Just about, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, there you go. 5,000 lumens. Yeah, I think it's is it 2.2 meters or something?
It is 2.2 meters, yeah. And as you can see, the adjustable head, I'll bring it down a little bit so you can see. I'm trying not to blind myself.
Stop looking into the light.
Oh, blind. The ability to
I need my safety glasses on, that's where I need to
the ability, again, to adjust the side lamps and also be able to tilt this whichever way you'd want.
That's going to help.
Right, I'm going to switch it off because I am now extremely bright. 3 brightness settings, giving you 1,000, 2,500.
Thanks.
And 5,000 lumens. That didn't protect you from the brightness.
No, it didn't protect me from the brightness at all. These safety glasses are terrible.
I think they probably enhanced the light and made you even blinder.
I think they did.
Coming in the new year, we have got the GLT 18V-5000 tower light. So for those guys who want something to make the site a little easier to brighten, I'm brain mashed from all the light, or even just to use it as a super duper torch, which you could actually carry that because it's got a nice side handle as well.
Yeah.
Then this is going to be a great product. IP54, so perfect to use outside. Only comes in at about 6.2 kilos, so it's not heavy at all. Really nice and convenient and quick and easy to set up. Yep. So a great product. Looking forward to the new year.
Yes.
Time-wise, look at that. Outstanding. So we've got about 6 minutes, Danny and the team. Let's see, Ella, have we got any more questions? Otherwise, we're going to wish you a Merry Christmas. What have we got, Ella? Any more?
Quick fire or otherwise?
No questions for now. Everyone's just having a.
We've been
everyone's in shock, I think.
Shock.
they're all wincing because of the bright light just shone down there.
I'm struggling to concentrate because I think I've caused myself irreparable brain damage from staring into that light. So 5,000 lumens, nothing to sniff at. A great product, and actually now that we've got a really comprehensive range of new lights also coming out in conjunction with the tower light. So it's not just going to be one light. It's going to be a few new products coming out into the new year. We didn't want to tease too much because, hey, we need something to talk about in January. Yeah. So we are already scheduling the first live stream of the year. We've already done it. We've planned most of the year. Anyone remember in the room when we've done January's live stream? I think it's going to be towards the end. But we are obviously going to have a really nice Christmas first. We're going to get all the new products in, and then you're going to see these. And is that the 12th? 21st? One or the other.
Third?
Yeah, 21st. 21st, 3. The 21st of January, we're going to be doing the first live stream of 2026. You're going to see quite a few of the products we just showed coming out first thing. Obviously, there is going to be the official launch of the expert products. They are technically going to be January, but we'll do a really good in-depth special live stream in February once there's full stock in the UK, and then we can really go deep diving into this new range of high quality top tool with performance and power.
Yes, looking forward to it.
Okay, right. So Ella, last little comment just to see if anyone else has any comments, questions. Maybe they're going to wish us Christmas. Are you going to wish us Christmas?
There's quite a few people asking about new products.
Yeah, come on, we've got a couple minutes. Let's see what we can do.
Okay.
We keep saying no. Quick fire? What have we got?
Yep, so are we going to see a vacuum pump in 2026?
It would be nice to see, considering one of the other machines that we have has a requirement for one.
How about a transfer pump?
A transfer pump, yeah. We can move water around. Air.
If we can move water next year, we can move air.
Yeah.
Next question.
When would Dan's safety glasses be on sale?
You need to speak to our Dremel college.
Yes, they've spec'd these as their safety glasses. I don't quite know.
They are going to stay. They're going to stay exclusive. If you want them, you're going to have to ask us in person.
Yep.
Visit us in person, and maybe if you're really nice to us, we might donate some of these rare
They are. There's
rare
a
Dremel
very
heirlooms to you.
limited number of them, yes. Unless I can get hold of a supplier and get some more.
No.
Actually,
no. They have to be nice to us. That's the only way you can get them.
To actually to complete the look, I need to get those, you know, the flip up, flip down sunglasses bits.
Yes, if you want to go
Actually,
full
that'd be
serial
perfect.
killer,
Yes.
then that's the way to do it. But again, if you really want one of these, you're going to have to ask us really nicely and come meet us in person. That's the rule. Next question, please.
Is the new vac anti-static?
Is it cyclonic? I don't think it's cyclonic.
No, it's not.
Anti-static.
Yeah, but it's
yeah,
not
but-
cyclonic.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
The cyclonic motion will build up the static. If it's not cyclonic, then it won't build up the static. So
So I don't think it needs to be.
no, it's not an anti-static hose on it. So no,
No.
it doesn't need it.
I think so. We haven't tested it in anger, but
No.
we haven't had any trouble with it.
Well, I haven't got a belt off of it yet, so. And I've been using it on MDF or really fine dust, which is worst case scenario when it comes to static build-up. It's been absolutely perfect.
We'll test it, let you
Yeah.
know next year.
Yeah.
An 18-volt blowgun, please.
For blow darts?
Maybe?
Blowgun, yeah.
Logan?
Yes, I know what you mean. The high volume, high powered, low voltage ones that you see
Well, they're
so
little
many
ones,
of them.
aren't
Yeah, you see so many of them out there.
Yes.
It would be really nice.
If you really want to agitate that fine particulate dust and then breathe it into your lungs, maybe we'll look into something. In the meantime, if you really want to agitate dust, then just use our concrete blower.
Yeah.
18 volt GBL, that'll do it.
That will do it. That certainly shifts dust.
There you go. Next question, please.
And last question for now. While I like the handling, is it normal that my G&H 18-volt 35 doesn't sink the pins and only barely gets them flush at the max depth setting and with a lot of pressure on the nose?
Which one's
G&H 50, is it?
No, it's all
18-volt 35.
It's a smaller one. So you
1830. Oh, the new one.
Again, it depends on the material you're using. It would be nice to know. Feel free to add us more comment. Maybe after this video is finished, just due to time, feel free to explain exactly what you're trying to do, what material you're using, and we will have a look at that for you. It should do it, depending on the material.
I've had this as well. It only sticks out a very, very, very small amount. But I've put that down to the fact that ours is a marketing sample, and I will try and get hold of the real thing, and I will check it.
Yeah, as far as I know,
Yeah.
it obviously should, because that's obviously
Yeah.
it should hit the maximum capacity. Sometimes it's to do with, as I said, you've described that you obviously put enough pressure on it.
Yeah.
So the only other question would be if there's something in the material, if it's too hard material, but I don't think it's going to be, because I know
No,
you'll be fine.
I was using it on oak, but I did use it on some fine grained pine as well, and it did stick.
Just a little bit.
Only so much as I could run my finger across the head, and it would just catch my skin.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
not a lot.
we'll do some tests, because obviously now Dan and I are on the. Are we on the smooth
I think we are
exit
now,
to the
yep,
Christmas?
yep,
So
our
we can
training's,
spend some time doing some tests. We'll take
Yes.
that one away and have a look at it ourselves.
Yeah.
We're not something that we've experienced too much, but you've had a little bit of feedback.
Yes, only through my own personal use with it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Good comment. Any last comments, Ella, before we finish up? And then we'll go.
Yeah, just one more comment, which I think I probably owe the chat, is the workwear brigade.
Thank you.
Yes.
Want to
I was
know
fishing for it. Come on, guys. You're getting a bit weak. I haven't heard workwear in at least 2 live streams.
Yeah.
when are they going to get their most desired Christmas present?
Yeah. Why didn't you put it in the poll? If you wanted workwear, that was going to be. You should have said it in the poll.
What an opportunity.
Actually, hang on. I know why, because Ollie didn't put it as an option, did you? But anyway, well, I will take it, as always, up the ladder, and I will fly the workwear flag.
Yes.
But hopefully, to round off this live stream, I hope you've had a lovely final live stream of 2025.
Yes, no, it's been
I hope that was a nice revisit down memory lane. It's only been a year. There's been a lot of products produced by Bosch Professional this year, making Danny and our lives very difficult, because we have to try our best to tell you all about it, and obviously you need to know the products.
Yeah.
We've had some new categories of products, again, having to learn electrician's tools,
Yes.
hygrometers and moisture meters.
Press tools. I'm still struggling with the hydraulic
Exactly.
electrician's tools.
Okay, and all the other things that we know are going to be coming in the new year. It's going to be a challenging 2026, only because we've got so many products coming out.
Yeah. And believe you me, there's some that we've never done before, and I'm really looking forward to them.
On top of that, we have obviously got the expert range of power tools and measuring tools.
Yes.
We've got the continuing addition to our professional accessory range as well. And hey, if you want,
We've only actually seen T1 and T2, or the first third and the second third. We haven't even seen the third yet. So, yeah, even more than we know about so far.
don't forget, we also have even more lawn and garden or outdoor goods products coming, including a mower that you've been asking for.
Yes. Handlebar brush cutter.
Yes, it
Lovely.
is.
Comfortable.
It is a great product. There are loads of really great products coming out next year. So hopefully you've had a good 2025.
Yes.
It is just past 8 o'clock. So as always, I hope you have an outstanding Christmas.
Is it too early to mention a Happy New Year as well?
Yes, maybe it is.
Well, we're not going to see you before the end of the year anyway,
we'll ask whether or not you had a Happy New Year in January.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. So if we don't see you, which hopefully we won't until next year, I hope you have a fabulous Christmas and New Year.
Yep, from me as well.
And from me, Merry Christmas, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe first, though.